nearly 10 past, so
Mm.
I'm just making sure that I've actually gone live on the right one. Yep. So we're live on Alterra.
Hello! Welcome, everyone. We are just waiting for our other player, but welcome. Yes, we're back for it's a shocking turn of events. We're back for a third night in a row. I know, it's becoming a habit, isn't it?
Mm. Someone might think that we don't have lives.
Some people might think that. Some people might think that we're just trying to grow our brand. But whichever way you look at it, we're back, and we're actually going to play some D&D tonight.
Mm.
Weird, freaky, nice. It is going to be the second in the Black Star Presents Tales from the Multiverse. And these guys have created their characters already on a very, very short notice, on a shoestring budget. And I'm going to be running a lovely adventure, which we're calling
Haunting of the Haunted House.
The Haunting of the House on the Hill, which I'm very pleased to be running tonight. We're delighted to be... No, we're not sponsored by D&D Beyond, are we?
No. Not yet, at least, anyway.
Are we sponsored by 5e Tools?
We're sponsored by Alterra.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Little Deer Arts, whatever
Dragon
Bob
Bob
does,
FF7 and
Dragon Bob
Wolfie
FF7 and Wolfie Bane. We are sponsored by all of them in conjunction with Alterra Industries, etc., etc.
If you were going for my brand is either Dark Scotland or Bar of Life.
No one knows what either of those are.
Not yet.
So we are still waiting on Chris. We have pinged him, but they seem to be dead.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. I mean, I was dead a couple of years ago, but I got over it.
You came back to it?
Yeah. I got better.
But my wife.
My wife.
So, should we do like a quick introduction of ourselves, because people might not actually know our faces.
Oh yes, let's do a face to name.
We've got faces.
Voice check.
Yeah, we've got faces.
Yes, we all have
Face check.
Face check. I have one.
Good. That's what we like to hear.
Yes.
Confirmed. Has face.
Has face.
Yeah, that's what we want. Let's start with Ben then, since you were the first to get in contact about your character.
Fair enough. So I am Ben. Tonight I am playing Ygritte, who is a Kalashtar monk, who was raised by a weird dragon.
Wonderful.
We'll get into that a bit more later on.
And Bobby.
You want my story. You want my story.
In a couple of lines, yes, please.
A couple of lines. Hi, I'm Bob. I'm playing Lathander the Lizard Man, who used to be
Lathander Lizardman,
a paladin, but he's broken his oath because he found out he was actually working for cult, and they went and turned his wife into an undead person. But he's used his new power as as the Oathbreaker to wean her back to being sane, because he took a blow to the head on the outturn and he's now a little bit dumber. And she's the brains of this operation now.
You didn't reveal that. I'm quite happy with that. A zombie that's the brains of the operation is very fun.
Yeah.
And Ali, tell us about your character.
I'm playing... I've not got a voice for him yet. I'm playing Lee D. Pearson, who is a human fighter. And he's just a good sports boy, at least since the accident.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to tell us about the accident? Or do you not?
We don't talk about the accident since the accident.
We don't talk about accidents.
So he's not smart enough to keep this secret if anyone actually asks. He doesn't remember anything from before the accident, which was about a week ago.
Ah, yes, the
When
accident.
he woke up in a hospital, he thinks there was definitely like bubbling tubes and like a slab, and it was definitely sort of a hospital. There was no one around, and he's just been kind of hanging around the sports ball pitch since.
The fantasy sports ball pitch.
The fantasy sports ball pitch, yeah. He lives underneath the fantasy bleachers.
Yes, then that is our cast. Chris is joining us with a kobold, but I'll let him introduce his own character as we get into it. Do you want to start at quarter past, or do we want to wait another 5 minutes for Chris?
We should still wait for him to actually turn up.
Oh.
All right.
Unless
you guys vamp.
Unless we just all start pinging him.
His phones came up at least. On
Vamping.
Stinking.
Brouhaha.
Lost track of time. Be here in a couple minutes. Fair enough.
One player. Two players. 3 players and a Wolfie Bane. Oh shit, I'm out of it.
Right. Whilst we're waiting, I'm just going to play around with the screen a little bit so we can get our stream chat up so we can actually see people talking to us.
Yeah. I've got the chat on mother screen now.
Trust you guys to do that.
But it's kind of weird how I came up with the character. It was this little small things of what I picked for the character just slowly descended into, yes, I have to do this now.
Yeah.
It explains why it's so dumb.
I like it. I'm sure we'll get to it, and if we don't, fair play. And if we don't get to it, I do have an extended, like a second. It can be. Oh shit! Sorry, I just saw. Oh god, I don't want to see that. Jeez. Tree that looks like a hand. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Creepy.
Who else wants to be married? I have 25 left.
Technically, if she dies, you can recast it, can't you?
I can cast
when
it
you
on
bring her
other
back.
people as well. I still got
Well,
spell slot.
you can do that, or you can recast it on yourself. Wait, are you a cleric?
No, I'm paladin.
Paladin.
I just got
right, okay.
ceremony was one of the things that were a pickable spell, so I went, yes.
You know that's a ritual, right?
Yeah, it takes an hour.
Yeah. Well, most weddings do.
So does anyone want to spend an hour getting married? So you both have +2 to your AC whilst you're within 30 feet of each other?
I really want you to use the coming of age thing on Lee. I think that would be a pretty cool way to end.
Lee is about 17, so...
Yeah, that would be quite fun.
He looks 17.
Do you swear to obey my god of death? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Another one for you, Dark Lord. Dark Lord's just sat there going, I don't want this guy. Look at him. Doesn't know his ass from the hole in the ground.
I'm not quite sure if it's the Dark Lord. The Dark Lord was the people that were with originally. This is a wholesome marriage to the undead person I have here. I'll have you know.
Putting the romance in necromancy.
I'm keeping. She's my wife, and I'm keeping her. I'm trying to get her back to life, and I've lost a bit of my cognitive skills now. So, yeah. I have to remember.
Learning more and more about your character, Bob. It's fine. There'll be a chance for you to introduce yourselves to each other, in game. Yes.
Okay.
See, we have no maps, I'm afraid, for you at home, dear viewer, dear audience, but we will be rolling the dice in the place and doing the things, and you get to see our faces. So
You.
Yep.
I feel like I've already said you just at the concept of faces once today.
one thing I should mention is, as this is a sort of dark horror themed episode, there will be some content warnings for, obviously, dead and seances and dark spirits, murder, and whatnot, and that sort of thing, hauntings. So content warnings are in place for that. I've already spoken to these guys earlier about hard content limits, and I encourage DMs out there to do the same, because you don't know what affects people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we will find out what the rolling of the D100 was all about at some point, I'm sure.
No, that was put in the chat.
I already sent those.
Oh.
Those were
I didn't
dark,
see that bit.
dark gifts.
Dark trinkets.
Dark trinkets.
Mine's a bit crap.
Mine's a necklace.
Yeah. Mine's a statue of a lamprey.
You want to roll again?
Yeah, sure.
I will let each of you roll again and choose which of the two you want.
Okay.
I got this time 51.
So ungrateful. 51. Where is it? It was literally right the page in front of the page I had my thumb in. 51.
Mm-hmm.
A stone that emits a single endless sigh.
Oh.
So you're just sat there thinking about what to do, and it's just.
Mm-hmm. Just go.
I got 5.
5?
I think
you got a
that's what-
5.
I think it's what I already got.
Same thing as me.
It's another necklace, I'm afraid. It's a necklace of a sibling who died on the day you were born.
You got a 5? I thought I
He
rolled a
doesn't
5.
remember the day he was born, so I'm going to stick with the other necklace.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well,
this
you
is
already
from
rolled
someone
5, so I did the
exceeded by-
following one.
Mm.
Yeah, I did the one after,
Alright,
because you already rolled a 5.
okay.
Or maybe the
I shouldn't
necklace of holy symbols is of a sibling who died on the day I was born.
Mm.
Don't know.
Hey, do you want a wig?
Maybe.
I mean,
Slightly less scaly.
have you put the wig on your wife? That's what I want to know.
No.
I don't know.
The beheaded person's wig.
Hang on, beheaded
There,
person.
your brain's leaking out. Love, just there you go.
Was the beheaded person your wife?
I was gonna say you could have done the beheading and kept it as a trophy.
Right
Also,
back.
Chris, just letting you know we are live.
We can come off live though if you want. Restart.
Which rule 20?
Oh, you need to put your headset on as well. We're not using Roll20.
I am. Did we freeze?
No.
Oh, just everything went quiet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, we have a sheepbeard. Hello, sheepbeard.
Hi, Sheepbeard, our number one fan. By which I mean our only fan. Our only fan. Ha! We should put out a calendar.
No one will
Alterra
buy
only fan.
that. We can barely hear you, Chris. Do you have your headset plugged in?
Yeah, it's plugged in. For the microphone audio.
Sounds like it's in the other room. What have you done since last night?
I plugged it.
You broke it, didn't you?
Okay, put that back there. How's that?
That's better.
Bit better. It's crisper, but
Still pretty quiet.
still quiet.
I don't quiet on my end then, because that is my headset mic. Maybe I just actually put both.
Because I've got you up at 200% now.
Okay, how about this?
That's better.
Bit
Yeah, I think
better.
I just accidentally nudged the input volume down. No, so my headphones has a different input-output setting depending if it's plugged it in or if it's on the Bluetooth.
Weird.
So if I'm
Very,
not,
very useful.
I know, right? So I actually have to change them every time I'm plugging it in versus unplugging it. So normally I have this unplugged if I'm just listening to music or something, but I plug it in for the crisper audio whenever we're streaming.
Right.
So there you go, audience. That's an explanation of our technical difficulties I have nearly every time we start a stream. And it's my own fault, really.
Yeah.
Chris, could you give us your character name, their pronouns if you're comfortable, and yeah, briefly
Certainly.
what they're all about. I personally need their AC, passive perception, and passive investigation.
Yeah, let me actually bring up my role. D&D Beyond, actually bring the character up. I will be playing Tut tonight, with two T's at the end, so T-U-T-T. They are a black kobold, level 1 rogue sorcerer warlock combo. And they have he/him pronouns.
Thank you.
And they are a archaeologist that was under the patronage of the Shadow, a archshadow shadow dragon from Disparity, who has a legion of just kobolds digging up looking for ancient artifacts to empower them even further. However, my Tut has fallen in love with their patron, just out of the sheer magnificence of how much power they have. And he too wishes that one day, in classic kobold fashion, his little koboldness will grow to such a size that he too can rival this majestic creature as a full black shadow dragon.
Nice.
Now,
Aw.
nobody's told him that kobolds don't grow into dragons, so that's going to break his little heart.
No, you can do anything you set your mind to.
There's that. During one of the digs, Tut actually uncovered a cursed moonblade from a unknown entity that now whispers in his head and attempts to force its dominance over him and control him. In particular, this entity seems to have an absolute hatred for dragonkind, particularly shadow dragons, and struggling with that impulse and forced upon him by his patron to kill the shadow dragon that he's in love with. He has forced himself into exile from the shadow dragon's domain and now wanders the boundary between Disparity and the other realms that occasionally overlap as an adventurer. His only goal seeking to somehow rid himself of his warlock patron that is forcing and driving him forward to kill any dragons, particularly shadow dragons, that he comes across.
Perfect.
Good thing I'm a
Lovely.
lizard.
Do you have your camera there ready?
Yes, but I didn't actually turn the lights on, so I'll turn the lights on in a second. In terms of AC and stuff, he has an armor class of 16, a
On the 16s.
passive perception of 16, and what was the third one?
Passive investigation, please.
That one is a 10.
10. Neither here nor there. Well, at least someone has a passive perception of above 15. Above 14 even. Cool. If we are ready to begin.
Yeah, I'll just be back in one second. I'm going to go turn the light on so I can get my camera on.
Alrighty. We'll wait until you're back then. Yeah. It's right about now we'd if we were more prepared and richer than we were, that we could afford an intro movie, we would be playing that while we finished setup.
I've spoke to Neil about seeing people that he knows that are music sort sort of people
Mm-hmm.
because his wife plays in bands every now and then. So, like, see if we can get some people who are as for background music and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Just seeing what else everyone can bring to the table, and
Brings to the table.
I can bring dice going like this.
because obviously we've all got things that we can bring into this. With Ben with his nice new layout, which we will be using on Friday, but unfortunately it doesn't kind of work for this Theatre of the Mind one shot we're doing now.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
It's not anything to do with you.
Thanks
It's
a
just
lot, man.
we don't have
I come with fully prepared with
the
a
one shot.
haunted house.
One shot's good,
1/2
but
shot, and
the thing is, we
damn.
can't really use roll 20 to fill in that gap. Otherwise, we'd just have this picture frame sitting there going.
More importantly, James, did you have a title you wanted me to put on the stream for this?
Yes, The Haunting of the House on the Hill.
Just Alterra OS.
Part 1, The Haunting of the House on the Hill.
Because me and Ben.
Part 2 is also The Rehaunting.
Because me and Ben can't change that. Yeah.
No, because we've not got edit privileges as mods.
Zero privilege. Remind me to actually set that up for you guys then, because you can both have that. My system wants to play game.
Mojito. Cracking the bones.
Oh, what's happened?
You disconnected, now you're sideways.
Okay. What the hell?
Whee!
Oh, hang on, I'm just
Our
going to quickly move
DM,
myself.
our DM descends upon us.
Yeah. It's one of those cinematic techniques. You put the camera at a slightly wonky angle just to give that energy of horror. Yeah.
Right, the haunting on the house on the hill.
The Haunting of the House on the Hill. Yes, indeed.
Then Haunting in the House 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Haunting of the House 2, The Rehaunting.
No, Electric Boogaloo. It's always Electric Boogaloo.
And then the Haunting of the House on the Hill 3, Tokyo Drift. Somehow,
Yeah, exactly.
somehow both the best and the worst of all of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
How's it the best of them?
Is it?
I liked it. I like the background characters. I like the fleshing out of the Fast and Furious universe, or the universe as it's called.
The Funiverse?
The Fastiverse.
4 would just be Haunting on the Hill. Haunt 5.
Yeah.
No.
Haunted
6.
Haunt 6, yeah.
We give up on titles.
It's Fast 5 F6.
H6.
Yeah. I can't remember what the 7th
Triple
one is.
H6.
Fate of the Furious. Fast and Furious 9.
The Fate of the Haunting of the House on the Hill. But
Yeah,
it's Tales from the Alterverse. Tales from the Alterverse, The Haunting of the House on the Hill.
That's where I can change the title.
Subcolon.
To thing in post.
Subcolon.
Mostly because my system is really struggling today to do anything.
Yeah.
Computer system, right?
From my perspective on the Discord cameras, you guys are all kind of just moving with like 1 frame a second.
Oh wow, that's bad.
I have no idea what's causing it.
I mean, I don't know how you expected to try stream whilst with that kind of setup.
Well, that's why I don't. That's why I haven't been able to do Discord integration yet. I need to wait until I get a tower properly set up.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway,
Hours
are we,
inside.
are we ready?
Yeah.
No, I'm busy eating biscuits at the minute.
By all means, finish the packet and let's
I mean,
get
they're
ready.
still go for it.
No, please finish your custard creams.
Oh, they're not custard creams, they're bourbons.
That makes
Anyway.
it completely different.
Exactly. One's chocolate, one's not.
Welcome back to another episode of Tales from the Alterverse. I'm your host and games master for the evening, James Robertson, and joining me are these bunch of lovable losers who have already introduced their characters. We are going to be playing part 2 of the Tales from the Alterverse series of one-shots. It's The Haunting of the House on the Hill. If you're ready.
Yay!
It's haunting.
Somewhere off in the distance is just a single sigh that's long and drawn out and unending.
Oh, that kind of sigh.
Children, please. Following the directions in the cryptic messages you received, it doesn't take long before they lead you from familiar roads onto disused trails overgrown by weeds and the roots of spindly trees. It is semi-twilight here, and a light drizzle begins to fall as you travel, and as you approach, individually, a wooded crossroads, branching from which you can see 3 other roads leading off in different sort of angles. You yourselves are walking alone through this forest, each drawn here by the directions in the note that you received. As you approach, the leaden rain makes the cloaked form standing there seem all the more ominous and unreal. You all see this same sight, though you don't see one another. Lee, you've been traveling for a while, and it's strange to see other lone creatures on your travels. Most of them are on teams, as far as you're aware, from what you've gleaned from the bleachers. How do you react when you see this creature?
Oh, sweet! Hey!
The figure's head snaps up, glaring at you with piercing yellow eyes, with a single black slit down their center. What you took for a cloak spreads around itself, revealing itself to be a pair of mighty black wings. With one powerful motion and a blast of chilly air, the wings sweep, and the vague figure is gone.
Oh, I'll catch you later then. Bye.
The rest of you hear this sort of, it's almost like an echoing call from down one of the other 3 crossroads. What do you do?
Who's there? Show yourself.
Wife, where do we go?
Stumbles forward.
I think we. Oh, I don't know quite. Well, my husband. I don't know either. Where go? And who said?
Oh,
As
that
you
was me.
approach, as you approach the crossroads, you see each other. 5 figures, in fact. One of them is shambling along, looking vaguely half-rotting. And you realize you've all just witnessed the same thing. This creature peered around at you all and then flapped off into the distance.
So they seem cool. Hope they come back.
Who are you lot? What do you know about the figure? I was demanded promises that should be kept.
Lathander not know. Ask wife. Wife, what do we do? Well, I don't quite know myself, honey. Hello? Please don't hurt me. Oh, he might get a bit mad at you. Yes, no hurt, wife.
In Draconic, Igreed is going to say to Tut, "Don't speak to me, vile thing."
Who knows?
Tut
Speak to.
just slowly looks around to Igreed. Remind me what he sees?
So she is a middling tall, so about 5'8", tall woman, slightly elvish in facial features, but long silver hair. And she's not wearing any armor, but she does have a bow staff on her back.
Just back in Draconic, Tut responds.
Are you a dragon in disguise? What? No, we can't kill them till we know. Are you a dragon?
Are you husband and wife? Like me and my missus? I don't think they are.
Igreed just glares at all of you.
Are you a team?
Who? No,
no one.
We're husband and wife. We're trying to fix what's happened to me. And maybe my husband at some point. I fine. I protect.
Bob, do you have different hats that you could maybe swap between? So we know.
Let's position yourself. Right.
Yeah.
I think it's very distinct.
The voices are very different.
Yeah, but knowing Bob, the voices will devolve.
I will try my best.
Those of you with a higher insight would pick up on the fact that you've been sort of messaged. I think it was Chris there, was messages, promises have been made, I think you said.
Yeah.
So subtly, you've all been promised things in these weird notes that have led you to this exact meeting point. A very strange coincidence.
Igreed's wasn't really a note. It was more a psychic message.
It's fine too. A psychic note on psychic paper.
It's sort of like in the corner of her eye, just constantly.
But yes, you're stood at this crossroads. The rain is beginning to get a bit more heavy now, and you can see as you look back the way you came, all four of you. You all came from your own distinct direction. Some of you from home, others from just where you were camped, where you were staying. But as you look at that back in that direction, the mist seems almost like a curtain, like a veil of almost dark clouds as you stand in this crossroads with a motley crew around you.
Igreed just starts walking into town.
Well,
or following the path along.
Which path?
Opposite from where they came from.
Cool. So you head straight ahead, and I'm going to say directly ahead of you was directly ahead of you was Tut. So you sweep past Tut and in the direction that Tut came from.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know where the party is? Can I tag along with you?
What?
Igreed is ignoring all of these people at the moment.
Cool. And you stride forward, and after about 30 feet or so, you head into the sort of almost veil-like wall, and as you press against it, it's almost like there's just a subtle feeling of like you have to push your way into it's like you're pushing through curtains, heavy curtains, but you manage to get through it, and Igreed is gone, has headed off in this direction, the direction that you, Tut, came from, wherever that may have been.
Why you let wife walk off by own? Little lizard man.
What? Who? Me? I don't
Yes.
know that person. Stop talking to me. Are you a dragon?
No, lizard man.
Does that count?
Ah,
No, that doesn't count.
are
Wife,
you a dragon?
wife, does that count? No, my love, we are not dragons. We know Draconic, but they're not dragons.
Everyone knows Draconic. Makes sense. Draconic language is the best.
As you think this thought, Tut, you sort of nod to yourself, and your eye catches something on the ground.
Ooh, what is it?
It is a few sizable black feathers, 4 of them to be exact, and a small planchette decorated with bird skulls.
No, that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. What is this? How is this relevant to the thing that made me promises?
I bet that guy just now dropped that. We should probably try and find them and give it back.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That guy made us promises. That guy should be stabbed.
Exactly.
After a couple of minutes, does Ygritte start coming up the way they originally came from?
No, you start coming up from the way that Lathander and his zombie bride came from.
Just in common. You people again, why are you following me?
We didn't move.
Welcome back.
Why you come from where we came from?
I don't know, I walked in a straight line.
You guys are all dummies. You don't know how this works. This is shadow magic.
Excuse me, don't insult my husband like that. He took a blow to the head.
If he keeps talking to me, he might get another one.
Try it.
Well, you guys shouldn't fight. Wait until we get like a ring set up. Maybe get some popcorn. Then fight.
Anyway,
Popcorn deity.
As you hear sirens in the shadowy
Sorry,
mists.
I didn't even notice them going past.
No, as you hear these sort of wailing cries coming from off in the distance, as you cast your eyes around and realize that Ygritte, you went one way and immediately came back out
Oh, we've lost a Chris.
from another crossroads. You
we have a
realize
Chris.
you all seem to be, that no matter which path you go down, you keep on emerging at this crossroads. And as you cast your eyes around for a possible escape, the grey light in the cloudy sky begins to dim. And as it does, though, a faint light becomes visible through the haze, leading up, vaguely sort of left and up a wooded hillside. And as you crane your eyes, those of you with higher perception, so Ygritte actually and Tut, would see that the light emanates from a most unusual structure. It's an almost bent and twisted house. 3, maybe 4 stories, you can't tell from this distance, but it is perched at an odd angle, as if a man has just sort of done that and just formed into a solid house.
Is it the
spine is
cactus
broken.
like that?
It's a bit like, sorry, yeah, sure, why not?
Stunned on a cactor.
Tut's gonna run off towards the house and vanish into the shadow temporarily.
Oh, that's
Chris
good.
needs to reset his laptop because you guys are breaking up.
That's good
for a
because
minute.
Ygritte was about to send Tut off into there anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
So Tut will reappear in like 3-4 minutes.
Fair.
Tut takes off towards the house, and you quickly lose sight of him in the brush and in the haze. Really, the mists, the shadowy mists that are surrounding you on all sides now.
Oh, good. That's all kobolds are good for anyway. They're just vile things.
What's a kobold?
That's a kobold. Might die in there. We don't know.
Well, I hope not. I think that's where the party is.
What party?
The party. I've got food stuff. Yeah. I mean, you guys could be my plus 1, 2, 3. Plus 3. Add plus 4, I guess. And that guy could be plus 5. Party.
Yeah, you head up the hill towards the party. Fantastic.
What is he on about?
The rest of you follow, I presume?
What will you promise?
After a while, Ygritte will start following them.
Yeah.
Knowing that there's no other way out, really.
As you sigh, you hear another slightly deeper.
She's going to fish the stone out of her pocket and go, "Stop doing that!" Put it back.
Oh,
You-
+6.
You hear the stone shrugging, and then going.
Atlas shrugged.
Are you going after husband?
So the stone is now called Marvin.
Gradually,
Charisma stone.
the haze. Gradually, the haze and brush give away, revealing a bald hilltop. There stands a grim, black tower, the last defiant turret of a long since crumbled fortress. Attached to the tower is a 3-story manor house, weather-beaten, covered, completely bedecked, veined with ivy. A porch girds the outside of the house, its roof sagging and sheltering a stout front door that, at this moment, stands open and emits a flickering light of a candle or maybe torches or a lantern. And you see all manner of...
good for something, then it's at least lit the lights.
There are sort of small boxes and weird-looking instruments perched on top of these boxes, just sort of sat on the porch. And nearby you can see a wagon that has since been pretty much cleared out. You assume of these boxes.
Musical instruments or scientific instruments?
You would need to get closer to see better. Your passive perception is 7, so you can't tell from this distance.
Oh, sweet, they got a band.
They do have a band.
I think
weird-looking silver instruments, yeah.
I think they should fire Gardner. Failing.
You got to admire the aesthetic, though. The whole tower and building like two halves.
Dilapidated.
Yeah, they only want you to think that, though, because it's decoration in it.
No.
Chris, if you're back with us, Tut emerges from the shrubland and sees the 3-story manor house, completely weather-beaten, grim black tower sticking out of it, atop this bald hilltop. On the porch, which has a sagging roof, there is the front door is hanging open, and flickering light as if from lanterns emits from it. And are you just running up to the porch?
I did it. I made it. Where the hell did the rest of you go? You all just disappear temporarily.
After a second, yeah, the party emerged from the brush, sort of wiping off the worst of the leaves and the muck from themselves.
There's my
how dangerous the shadows can be.
Get on with wife.
What? Why do you keep talking about wife? Why are you so obsessed with matrimony?
Gives strength, gives armor.
Who's out there?
Was this some sort of cleric bullshit?
Oh, Lee and my +1, 2, 3, 4.
Do they count?
4, and I think 5 later, maybe a 6 if you count the rock.
A tall, slim, slightly gaunt-looking man with weird-looking glasses approaches the front door. Top of their head is bald, but they have sort of sticky-out silver hair around their crown. They look very much every inch the mad inventor, and they're holding a lantern up in front of them. Who might you be?
I'm Lee, and these are my +1, 2, 3,
yes,
7.
Yes, I heard you. Strange. Leans forward. What are you?
A kobold.
No, I see you are a kobold. Yeah.
Sword salesman.
No salesman. Paladin.
Sword
The thunder.
I got this very beautifully moon-carved sword. Definitely not cursed. Would you like it? It does not come with a voice that drives you to murder dragons and, I'll be honest, most likely die to dragons. Dragons are very powerful. They're majestic beasts. I want the else I get more. I mean, dragons are friendly and do not kill people.
Young man, I did not get this far in life by just grasping hold of every sword that has come into my vision.
Shite.
Perhaps in my younger days, yeah, I would go for something like
Yeah,
that, but
whatever.
not now.
Yeah, whatever. Touch done with you then. Talk to the rest of them.
Are you here to investigate the haunting, the ghosts, and whatnot? Why are you here? This is a very... Looks around. How did you get here?
I walked.
I pull out my
walked.
advice, say, I'm here for the party.
There is no party here. I'm sorry to tell you this.
Sword exchange party by any chance?
Do you know where the party is?
I think you may have been tricked into coming here for your souls. Perhaps you should.
Oh, it's one of those themed parties. I get it.
I don't know anything about a party. I'm looking for my mother.
Ah, is she dead?
No.
It wasn't me.
You
Not
may
that I'm
find
aware
what you
of.
seek here.
I
But
doubt-
please, if you could grab one of these boxes and bring them inside.
I highly
Not
doubt
that
my
one
mother
there.
would be able to fit in this house.
Yeah, that's
It's
right. See,
hovel.
kobolds are funny, y'all.
Yes, very funny little dragon creatures.
Ignore it. It barely understands a thing.
I will be going into the house now. You're welcome to stay out here and let the mists claim you and the shadows claim you. But I have work to do. If you could assist,
You guys,
that would be...
you guys are just jealous that I can pick
Oh
up a box
my
and you
God!
can't.
What is that? Is that a zombie?
Excuse me, I'm his wife.
It speaks.
Yeah, you can't pick up a
What
box.
is this magic?
He is currently using his divine to keep my sanity.
Now this I must study. Please, mein dear, mein Frau, come inside. It is warmer. Well, I say it is warmer. It is warmer in there, but only because there is a slight fire. It is actually colder in terms of chills of the grave. But in you come. And he heads inside.
Igreed walks in as well, not carrying anything because that's beneath her.
Yeah, of course it is.
Lee just grabs a box under each arm.
Yep.
I pick up a box
Under
and
each
carry
arm, you
it.
say? Roll a strength check.
Okay.
I look at this. I look at my tiny little arms. How big are these boxes?
Some of them are small, but
That is a natural 20 for boxes.
Perfect. You pick up two hefty boxes, and you get to the door. They are too wide to fit through the door, but you have an amazing idea to turn sideways and walk in the door like that.
Are you sure he has an amazing idea?
The only
Actually,
he's got
with
a
the
decent
strength check.
intelligence. He doesn't have a great wisdom.
How about this?
He's got
With the
wisdom of
strength
5,
check,
intelligence
you
of
walk
12.
towards the door and
He understands
smash.
logistics. He just isn't
Okay.
big to use them.
Yep.
Some
Are
of
there
them are
any, like,
small.
grips on these boxes? Any handholds?
Yeah, so some of them are like flight cases. So some of them are like little things like that, little briefcase type situations.
I try and pick up 2 of them via the grips.
Yeah, no, that's fine. A couple of small ones.
No, I go for the biggest ones.
Roll.
I would not be outdone. I have my pride to think of.
2 of the biggest ones. Well, Lee already picked up 2 of the bigger ones, but you can roll a strength check yourself. Now, you're a small creature, right?
Strength check.
The bigger ones
I am.
are your size.
Great, I'll take them.
Okay, you're going to try and pick them up, or a couple of them do have wheels.
No, pick them up. I don't think you understand how Kobold Pride works.
Okay, strength check. Go for it.
Oh yeah. Roll. Do the thing. Do the dice thing.
Do the thing.
What's yeah? Do that thing. Roll the dice. Where'd the dice come up?
Roll that dice.
I'm used to it rolling into D20. Do I just do beyond? Okay. Oh, is that the dice? Right. Natural 20. It's all green.
Another nat 20.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Comes up in a weird pop-up box. Have they changed the interface for this?
No.
With all your strength,
Weird.
you pick up a box that is bigger than you and hold it above your head and walk forward towards the door. The smaller boxes that were on top of it clatter off behind you, but you manage to get that big box through and plant it on the ground. You flex. You feel good about yourself. Those of you on the porch, as you get inside the house, it appears to be an ordinary sort of house at first glance. It's in ill repair, sure, and the floorboards are exceptionally creaky, but the construction overall seems sturdy. Aside from the half-burned candles and empty lanterns throughout the rooms, the ceilings are high enough that you don't bang your heads. None of your giant kin, so easy enough you wander through. As you head past and through the porch, which is itself creaky and covered in dead vines and infested with earwigs, it's otherwise unremarkable. And you wander in, and you find yourself in a fairly large, about 10 by 30 feet, sort of foyer. There's a set of stairs leading up to your right, and there are a couple of doors leading off. This bald man with the lantern leads you straight through a dining room, and yes, through a dining room, and that's that. And as he stands there, and you place your boxes down, places on the table, the lantern, he says, "Now then, let us begin hunting some ghosts. Yeah?"
Ooh.
And that's where we're going to take a quick break to refresh ourselves. I'll be right back.
Okay. While we do that, then I'm just going to quickly go to do that, and then press that button, and opening that, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do that. And
You gonna do a couple other things while you're doing that?
yeah, I'm doing all the things. And do that, and then press that.
I'm gonna do this.
Click that, and open that.
Grab that, do
Open
this, and do that.
Yep.
That, and this, and that, and that, and this, and this.
Grabbing that, and then doing that, and then grabbing one of these, and clicking that.
Finally come up with
Oh,
a
no,
name
don't
for
touch
it.
Doing
those.
that, and then changing that, doing that, pressing that, and fitting that to that, and then clicking that. No, that didn't work. Okay. And then clicking that. There we go.
Bella. For
Yeah.
her name.
So on the street we've got a nice big A.
Yay.
Hey.
A.
Hey.
My favourite letter.
We should have a nice big A. Yes, we have a nice big A. There we go. Nice big A.
Cool.
So, how's everyone doing?
Not
I
bad.
just sent the tweet out.
About an hour after we started.
It's fine. I've gone with, did you know that in our pursuit to never stick to our schedule, that we are now running a surprise extra one-shot session tonight? Right now. Come
Yeah.
join us.
We threw together characters like,
Yeah.
and damn your rolls
I mean,
there,
I'll be honest
Chris.
with you
Yeah.
guys. I didn't realize it was past 5 by the time I saw your message. And then it was something like 6:15. I was like, where the hell did the time go?
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, at least we have our audience here of Sheepbeard.
Yes,
Who
we're glad to have
yes.
sheep.
So, Sheepbeard, we do love you.
Yeah, you're very devoted. So, you've moved through the foyer and into the
Wait,
parlor.
Just to check, people know who Sheepbeard is, right?
No.
No?
Okay, good. Right, I'm going to keep it that way. Don't- Nobody tell them.
Who is
Oh,
it?
is Sheepbeard one of your people then? Is one of your friends?
Is it Ali?
That's
Who
not
knows?
me.
Is
No.
it?
That's all right.
Who the hell is it?
It's a dedicated fan. It's fine.
Is it you?
No, I'm World of Alterra. So if
Oh,
you're wondering
well,
who's World of Alterra constantly chatting, it's me.
you could have a private one. Who knows?
Oh, I do. Probably should log in with that just to.
Eh,
That's
So-
Actually,
you don't
maybe
want
want to have a system that can actually handle it.
you don't
So-
want my second one descending in. It's
So
dragon
as you as you move through the foyer, the only thing of note, aside from the curving staircase and the cracked tile floor, the balcony above, and the darkened chandelier, is a bronze sculpture of an antlered eagle perching atop a marble pedestal. Those of you who follow the bald man head into the parlor, where dozens of faded portraits cover the walls, the subject's eyes fixed upon the circular table that bears an ornate spirit board. A wide mirror hangs over a tall fireplace set in the northernmost wall. This room itself is 30 feet by 30 foot square, and a door leads off to your left, which is itself slightly ajar and appears to lead to a corridor. You can see a long corridor there and a couple more doors. Well, wir hier. Now then, mein Frau, if I may, might I examine you?
Me
Uh,
or that?
Oh, the undead woman.
Yeah, why is this place so creepy?
Well, it's a haunted house. Haunted houses are
I
generally
don't
creepy.
like it.
My name is Zilla.
Real effort put into the.
My name is Zilla. I would advise against it unless you incur Xander's wrath.
Yes.
You know,
Well,
hot wife.
No, I give you my word. I will not harm her.
Better not, or will squish.
He very quickly just sort of moves around, just sort of making notes about the fact that jaw is hanging off and appears to be spikes in head and wounds that aren't bleeding actual blood. Fascinating. Thank you very much. It just appears to be taking notes. Now then, thank you, Danke, for allowing this. In payment, is there any way I can answer you before I need to set up my research?
Yes,
Well-
would you like this lovely sword?
I've already answered you, and it is a hard pass from me, mein little Freund.
Well, we are looking
have-
for a way to bring me back, to be honest.
Well, I don't know how to fully bring back an undead to life. But perhaps I do have countless research papers here, and he gestures to the behind him towards the fireplace. There's a massive stack of books nearby. Books, as you look at them, detailing haunts, occult lore. Some of them have symbols stamped on the spines you don't recognize, but others have sort of reference books of cults throughout the multiverse, kind of that sort of stuff.
Would one of the symbols be the church that my guy used to represent, but is now broken his oath to them?
You would maybe need to dig through the pile and have a read through.
Books help.
Books always help, yeah.
Look at books.
I should say that when you're in this room, by the way, since you are here now, while you're in this room, there are wards and images and such, and he gestures to around the ceiling where there's wood panels. There are wards in this room which prevents the house's spirits from entering unless summoned via magic or this implement here, this spirit board. I plan to make camp in this room as I do not wish to anger the spirits, but if you wish to explore and find secrets of your how to bring your dead wife back, find your... I'm sure there are ghosts here who would wish to party. I'm sure there are creatures who would break a cursed item for you, and I'm sure that I'm afraid, my dear, I don't know what you are all about. Oh, yes, you're searching for your mother, right?
Yes.
Well, say good. I'm sure that if you consult the spirits, they will. They may have answers. They may have questions
I'm
for
sorry,
you.
Can we go back to the previous cut? Your mother wouldn't fit in this house. Why is that?
Because she's a dragon.
Are you a dragon?
No, I'm not a dragon.
I'm pretty sure I asked you this already.
Yes.
What kind of dragon is she?
The dragon.
No, me. There's lots of dragons. What kind of
Yes.
dragon is she?
And she
What
is.
color is she?
She is not one that is just a single color.
Wait, she's like a hybrid dragon? Oh, those are pretty rare.
No, she's not a hybrid dragon. She is the dragon.
Oh, I don't. I shuffle over to let's go with Lee. I shuffle over to Lee. I don't know what this elf is on about. They're not a dragon, but their mother a dragon. It's the dragon. I think they got bonked on the head. It makes no sense.
I think they might be adopted.
What? Oh no, that makes sense. No, kobolds are adopted all the time. No, okay.
One thing.
I mean, obviously.
Creepy old man, we're talking here. Yes, Lee, what were you saying?
So, I mean, obviously,
He
it's
begins
Rainbow
looking around
Dragon.
the room.
I mean, good on him. Good on him, Rainbow Dragon.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Adopting,
We're gonna have to,
I
if I
feel
ever
my,
come across their mother, I might have to kill them.
I
I
fear
don't
my,
want-
You try to
don't do
kill
that.
my mother, I will kill
No.
you.
Wait,
I fear Lysander's investigation went to a poor start. I think he tripped over stumbled over the starting block there.
Yes, you get to the pile of books, and there's unfortunately a tattered corner of rug that you just step on and trip over, and you knock into the entire pile of books and send them flying. One goes dangerously close to the fireplace, and looks to be getting very warm. The old man quickly, he was rummaging in the bookshelves nearby, and says, "No!" and dives towards the books.
Oh,
He seems a bit more graceful than his age would have you believe. That's easily sort of pick upable as he dives at the books to stop them from falling into the fire.
Good cook there, Lysander. And, old man. Did we get your name? I don't think we got your name. Old man.
No, there's power of his names, and in this house, if we are to name ourselves, then we may be. It may open us up to attacks by these extra mortal creatures. I will say, on your explorations around the house, if you could try and find for me something suitable to use as a planchette to move around the spirit board. It would be about this size and would just help with the seance. I'm planning a seance to commune with the house's spirits. If you wish to be there and such, like, if you could find some things like that for me, I would be most grateful.
hey, creepy man.
Yeah?
The voice in the sky wants to know if you're a fae. You a fae in disguise? You gotta tell us if you're a fae in disguise. You know you gotta tell us, right? If we ask you if you're a fae in disguise, you're honor bound to tell us.
My dear kobold friend, even if I was a fae, I would be very unlikely to tell you if I was.
No,
because fae at the best of times, fae at the best of times are very tricksy.
Lysander just cast the divine sense, just as you're saying this.
Ah, right. So as you cast your divine sense,
Knew it.
You do not pick up anything untoward from this guy, but in the room, you get a strong sense of sanctum beyond the room's boundaries. Like as you glance back towards the door of this parlor, which has been left open, it's almost like that meets an area of very strong desecration, and beyond that, you can feel hundreds of pressing, ghostly, undead forces Most of them malevolent, but there is one that just sort of seems to be waiting there by the door.
And then my wife.
Yeah, and also the undead from the missus, actually.
Any celestials, fiends, undead?
No celestials or fiends, as far as you can tell, within 30 feet. That isn't behind full cover.
Right, well, we're not going to solve this puzzle if we don't get started. So, okay, team, let's go. And
Okay.
And Lee just starts walking towards a door.
Yep.
Choose one random.
So there's the
Start
door.
following Lee. You seem like a leader. You'll be my substitute boss.
There's something behind there,
Yeah,
and I'll point to the door that I sent the thing.
Yeah, it's the door back into the foyer where the eagle statue was. Eagle? Yeah, the antlered eagle was. And there's one other door. Two other doors in this room. One to your left as you enter, and one to the right. Which would you prefer, Lee?
So Lee would have started walking towards the one on the left, but then hearing Lysander say there's something back there, will just immediately turn on the spot and go for that one instead.
Yeah, you head back out to the foyer, and as I mentioned, just peeling wallpaper and a very musty scent cling to the walls of the foyer, which is
after
20
a
foot
beat, the
wide.
Agreed will roll her eyes and then start following.
Perfect. And you're all in the foyer now. As you look up, you see a darkened chandelier hanging with cobwebs and half-melted candles, which are unlit. Doors lead in every direction: north, south, east, and two to the west. One is much smaller than the other. There's also the staircase leading up. The stairs seem to climb to a balcony above you, and yeah. Aside from that, there's just the statue in this area. The entire place is gloomy. It exudes a sense of deep emotional bereavement, as if haunted.
Which direction did we just come from as well?
You came from so the southern double doors lead back out to the porch, and it was the northern door that leads back into the lobby. Bob, as Lathander passes over the threshold, and we'll say your divine sense is still up and just goes out as you sort of feel that presence of the benign ghostly figure just sort of move into step alongside you. Not attacking, but seemingly just there, just with you, seemingly following in your general sort of direction. Almost like a curious child.
No, he's not smart enough to think of any reason. I think as long as it's not attacking, he's just like,
So 1, 2, 3 more doors plus the staircase. Are we splitting the party, or are we staying together?
Where we go now? Life? Which way we go?
Lee will just be pointing at a door. Again, chosen at random. One of the ones to the west.
Follow the idiot.
You head through the slightly northwestern door, and you find yourself in a short corridor. And as you move around it, you see a door to your left, just before a corner, a door straight ahead, and then another door, and you can now see that this is in fact the corridor that was alongside the parlor earlier. You look back inside at the old man, who's seemingly paying you no mind. He looks to be searching around for, he called it a planchette. So one of those little things that seances use with the circle in the middle of a wooden thing.
Yeah. So the old man wants a triangle. Just look for something triangular, give it to him, then we'll be on our way. I can leave this place.
If you don't have the front doors there, I mean.
Well, if it doesn't have what we after, I quite agree.
Undoubtedly, if I leave after a few minutes, I'll find myself back at this house again.
Yeah, I mean, I get that energy too. It's kind of you go away, but the mystery's still there, so you got to come back for it.
It's not a real circle. It's kind of a freaky circle.
Tut walks back into the room. None of you notice he had gone.
Sorry, there was somebody like knocking at the door. I think it's just zombies. Don't worry about it.
That's rather insulting.
What? Oh, right, because of the whole dead thing. Yeah, sorry about that. Bummer.
Yes. Please.
What were we discussing?
Where we're
distracted.
going.
What?
Whether it's worth our while being here.
Is
And
this house? Oh no, that door is locked, buddy. You can't get out. So there's like a whole shadowy thing going on out there. Yeah, don't worry about it. No. Probably the only way to get out though is to break the curse of this house. We should find out how to break a curse of a high-level entity possessing you. I mean, the house.
He told us. He told us how to break the curse. He's looking for a triangle, so he can do his voodoo thing and talk to the dead. Probably.
Okay, yes, let's do that. The dead are wise, I think. I don't know. Unless they're kobolds, they're probably dumb. But if they're dragons, oh, they might have knowledge.
Dragons always have knowledge.
Yeah, they do. We agree on something. Shut up. Oh, not
I
you.
have knowledge. Sometimes.
You barely know how to talk out.
Anyway,
Barely
there
know how
are
to
1,
count to
2,
five.
3, 4, 5 doors in this corridor. There's one to the left, one straight ahead as you enter from the foyer. Aside from, I'm not counting the one that leads back into the, what was it called? The parlor. I need to remember that. No one ever remembers parlor, do they?
No.
The living area. There you go.
Igreed is basically going to go to the
further back.
nearest door and try it.
Perfect.
Try
You
open it.
open the door. You open the door to your left, and
Hey, I was going to do that.
roll me a d20, please.
D20.
Do my thing.
I mean, if you want to be cannon fodder, you can open the next one.
Yes, I do. That's the point of kobolds.
Yes, I know. That's a 10.
As you open the door and you hear whispering in your very mind, you see a spirit appear before you. A hand, an eye, a nervous system just melds into space before you. Reaches out for you, and as you open the door and just blink, your Callister mind just passes over you and seems to have no effect on you. And as you look through, you see this is obviously a gallery of some kind. You know, rich people. They have rooms just for art. Moody landscapes and rather dour busts atop marble pedestals, collecting dust in what's quite a modest gallery. In an alcove to the east stands a larger-than-life onyx statue of an athlete wrestling monstrous disembodied tentacles. And to the west, a wall made of black stone curves into this room, an arch opening into a darkened space beyond. The subject matters of the portraits themselves vary, and the works have clearly suffered years and years of neglect.
Oh, Kobold, there's something beyond that arch that said that they can break curses. Go have a look.
What? Is the arch on the left?
I don't know, that big arch over there.
I don't know. What do you think? They don't think I should do it, but I'll never listen to them. They never want me to break the curse. Okay, let me go check. Ba-ba-da-ba-da, over to the arch.
Yep, the arch.
Lee is. I'll let you do this first.
No, it's okay. On you go.
I'd say Lee is appreciating the athletic statue. Just like trying to copy that pose.
The archway itself opens onto just the back of almost like a portal into nothingness, into just a void. As you stick your hand towards it, you realize it's an optical illusion designed to trick you. Create a feeling of unease. But as you get ever closer, you look behind you and you see your party disappearing almost. And you feel a faint smell of something rotten nearby, like wet floorboards.
Ooh, delicious.
What does it look to us? Watching the kobold. Do we see anything?
Is it just being swallowed up by the darkness, or?
No, the kobold appears to be walking up to the archway, and when they get there, they just stop and stare straight ahead into the void. They're just standing there, seemingly transfixed. But to you, Tut, you keep walking down this corridor, and you smell the most delicious scents. All the your greatest desires lie down this tunnel, if you only go far enough to look.
The ancient musk of a tomb undiscovered.
The scent of blood on gold, and
Ew,
undiscovered
what?
gold, and dust on gold.
You can't smell ancient blood. That means it's fresh. That means somebody's been here. It's a bad thing. Voice in the sky.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, why is the kobold standing there staring?
Yeah, kobold's just standing there staring into
I
the
don't
archway.
know how kobold
Yeah.
minds work. They do weird things.
Xander,
We will walk up,
go get the
Lee-
kobold. Okay.
Lee will also walk up, put a hand on either, probably the kobold's head, and then also stare into the archway.
You see a team winning the Grand Sports Ball Cup, and you all go for pizza afterwards and drinks, and you yourself get the Gatorade dumped on you, and you feel this feeling of awesomeness. It's everything you could have ever wanted.
And then, then they give you a party hat.
Yeah.
Xander's just going to go up and pick up the kobold and walk back.
Yeah. The as you look down at your cake, it says team, and then there's a smiling picture of all the team on the cake.
Go
and
sports.
It's all that you want. Go sports team. And you know that what you want is down that corridor.
Yeah.
But then you are quickly dragged away by Lathander, who your intelligence is actually too low to be tricked by this thing. Funnily enough, you drag these two back, and with a sudden, it's almost sucking feeling around your ears and nose and mouth. It's like you take a deep breath, and you realize none of that was real.
Damn,
You're just staring into the void.
Yeah, still pretty good though.
It did feel good while you were in that sort of dream, dark world.
Hey, voice of the sky. I'll choose how I feel. But no, it's pretty good though.
Oh yeah, we've got to come back here later once we've done the triangle thing, because that's great.
No,
Love
but we've
that.
got to figure out how to break curses first, right? That's why we're here. That's our mission. Break the curse, right? We all agreed. I'm glad we all agreed. Our mission is to break the curse.
No, bring back wife.
Well, maybe your wife is dead by a curse. Do you ever think about that?
No.
Well, it is. Well, I start thinking that.
Does he ever think?
He's having a bad memory of the cultist doing it, but is just like absentmindedly swat.
I mean,
the kobold
cultists do have orgies, so cultists doing it is fairly standard.
Oh, absentmindedly smacks the kobold because he's just having a bad.
Just gotta take this.
Ow!
Go do that. Just gonna 1 second there. Feel like never gonna believe me for this one. Just gonna send this picture. Don't worry about it.
And the picture.
Because it takes so long to load.
Where are we sending?
Oh, the nat 20 on the persuasion.
Just sending it. Yeah.
We can see that in the game log, Chris.
You can?
Yes.
Where's the game log?
So at the top of your sheet, where it says Alterra.
So this one's not thing with the Alterra.
Interface. You can tell how little I've ever used Rule 20 as a player.
Yeah. Says campaign Alterra, and then there's a little chat bubble next to it.
Yeah, it has the log.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. I didn't even know you could do this. This is cool.
Anyway, aside from the statue, which is
You're dead by a curse. Start believing it.
aside from the statue in the archway, there's a portal opens out to what looks to be the base of the tower you saw from the outside, that it extends up 3-4 floors. Stairway leading around the outside, and the statue's right in the middle at the base of it. Aside from that, nothing else in this area.
Okay, well, go through the thing.
Hey, look here, you're not a dragon. You're only related to a dragon. I don't take orders directly from a dragon or from Lee.
Life, we must remove curse.
Ygritte is going to try and intimidate you with a +0.
Interesting.
Yeah. Let's go on. Sorry, offset that with another intimidation check.
That's an 18.
Yeah. Charisma save from the kobold.
I'll intimidate back. Oh, it doesn't stay open once I've thingied it.
You just a tiny bit more scary than me.
She just
I'll respect that.
Glares at you, and like you see a dragon sort of eyes behind her.
No, okay, yes, boss.
Yeah.
Okay, where am I going?
You head through the archway, I assume.
Let's go.
To the tower base. Wind moans through the open exterior of this ancient tower, which is attached to the manor. Stairs curve from the floor to circle the dark granite walls and vanish into a chamber high above. Higher than you can even see. 65 feet, to be exact.
Ygritte waits to see if it dies and then follows through.
Do you head immediately up the stairs, or investigate the statue first, or just do you scurry up the stairs, little kobold?
What's the statues off? Are they off something draconic?
The statue is onyx, and you see an athlete wrestling disembodied, horrible-looking tentacles.
Nah, not my jam. I run
Not
past.
your jam. You run up the stairs.
I run up the stairs.
As you scurry up, blood runs down the northwestern wall, and you scurry past. It is dried blood. It is almost like the walls are leaking, though, oozing fresh blood as you pass by.
I sniff it.
You sniff it. Roll me a perception check.
Where's my perception?
Stop rolling that 20s.
Oh, normal roll. Go. 11.
Doesn't smell like blood. It smells more like tree sap, almost.
I taste it.
Yeah, definitely tastes like maple syrup.
Not related to breaking curses. Don't care. Let's move on.
You head on up the tower heights, and you hear a horrified scream. The sound of the scream originates from above you, passes any climbers, moves to the tower's floor, and then repeats. It's almost like someone repeatedly falling through the tower.
Wife, we must go help.
Are you okay?
Lysander starts running along with his wife. Oh shit!
Yep. You dash up the stairs, and this continues. You see the blood continuing to drip from the walls. You rush past the kobold and end up upstairs in the second floor, third floor, right the way to the topmost area, all the way up 3-4 flights of stairs. You get to the top and you're slightly out of breath. And as you look around, just flick to the page that it's on. The tower chamber is empty, except for a suit of crimson ringmail strewn across the floor. It lies in the middle of a faded chalk drawing of a weird-looking symbol.
That
And
ain't
that's it.
good. That ain't good for me.
No.
Immediately starts freaking out. No, not again, not. Xander will continue to have a freak out until either his wife comes to him or someone else comes up the stairs.
Yeah, you begin sort of thrashing around the room, and the rest of you can hear moaning and wails coming from above. The sound of the leaper has been nearly drowned out by the sounds of anguished cries from the floors above, and you all run up there to find Lathander, the Lathander lizardman, just roiling around, clutching his head, while in the middle of this floor is just the faded chalk drawing, and inside it, strewn crimson armor.
I think this might be related to the screaming.
Possibly.
Lee will just put a hand on.
No,
A hand on now.
isn't good. Isn't good.
Hey, don't worry. It's not real. It's not real. They just put the stuff to spook you. It's fine. Come on, champ, you got it.
Unless you've got a really good.
Masters do when the kobolds start convulsing, just get something heavy and throw it at them.
You're gonna have a hard time controlling this lizard. He's just seen something that's similar to what happened to his wife. He is not. He is not calming down.
So as you get up there and start to make this persuasion, you watch as it's almost like the armor on the ground begins to jerk to life, and you hear and it begins to animate in a rather unsettling manner, just sort of standing there, and it does a weird, almost marionette kind of dance.
Pip, is that
And
you?
it rushes towards you, Lathander. Anything you wish to do?
He's good.
As it rushes towards, yes, the suit of ringmail armor.
If Lathander's not going to do anything, Lee will get in the way, but I'll let Lathander do something first.
No, just let it come at me.
Yep, it rushes at you and flops against your person, and almost like a tidal wave just sort of sweeps into you and collapses to the ground, and you hear a
Xander, I'm here. No, it's not. It's not real. It's not what happened to us.
There seems to be some kind of trickster among us.
Oh yeah, they're notorious among ghosts. As you know, we see a lot of them in the dig sites. So many. That and mummies. Stay away from mummies. God, Mummy Lord just fucking booby traps everything.
Oh yes, that is their want.
I think, quite frankly, I think
Gotta have a hobby.
Suddenly, Lee, the armored gauntlet of the suit of armor, reaches out and grabs your ankle and goes, "Ha ha!"
I reach out and grab its ankle.
Ah?
This
Hey!
postcard doesn't understand that we're level 3 adventurers, does it?
What do you mean level 3?
Well, you know, that meta term level 3. Oh yeah, it means 3 years of experience.
I don't have 3 years of experience.
I didn't
Yeah,
realise kobolds lived that long.
Oh yeah, but that's mostly because we die. Of like
Yes,
non-natural
exactly.
causes.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
so
did hear
lifespan of kobold.
I did hear a thing that kobolds only live 11 days.
Well, yeah, that's because when we hatch from our eggs, we get up, and then at least half of us immediately die to the others.
Yes.
Those who
That's an
survive the
average
first
of 11
initiation.
days.
Yeah,
Kobold
those who
Jaws is an outlier.
those who survive, well, they get sent to training camp, and at least 90% of those die. But the 10%, this is why you have to lay a lot of kobold eggs. The
the 10% who survive the training days, they get an audience with whoever our patron is that day. Obviously for me, that was the great and majestic The Shadow, the greatest shadow dragon to ever live, the Arch Shadow. Yes, all hail the great and beautiful power that she is. Yes, and then if you do anything that disrespects her, she eats you. And I would say the rest pretty much die there. Only a few really survive.
I believe she answers
like
to my
500.
mother.
I'd like to put my hammer down a little hard when I'm coming back to my senses, hearing my wife.
Oh, look.
Think.
Rico's calming down.
I put on my toe. Ow. I got a nat 1 for it. Put the hammer down on the ground.
No. As you set it down, the whatever spirit was animating the suit of chainmail, Lee, seems to have disappeared.
Oh.
And then you hear a tapping. You feel a tapping on your shoulder.
I look over.
You don't see anything, but as you turn around and the rest of you sort of follow their vision, you see off this. You see sort of almost like a projection of a ghostly spirit of a desperate-looking knight forcing tired soldiers to march towards an ominous-looking castle with a strangely familiar-looking tower.
I see that's not right at all. The coach there has to give his team time to rest. Can't just keep 'em marching. It's mean. I think Lee's voice changed.
It's fine.
I mean, I know Ygritte's voice has changed since the beginning.
Used to march all time. Proud. Paladin.
What the hell is marching?
Well, it comes after February.
Very fast walking, I believe.
What the hell is February?
I have no idea.
Oh, you
I think he's having a stroke. One
This is
too
a very
many.
serious situation. We are in a cursed haunted house, and there is a curse that needs to be broken before the curse kills us all. Incidentally, through my hands. But that's irrelevant.
If he keeps having a stroke, he may go blind and get furry hands.
Lee checks his hands. Nope, they're fine. We're good.
As you turn one over, you see the veins on them bubbling. That's not right. You blink, and you... No, they're not actually bubbling. It's fine. You were just imagining it. It's fine.
Trick of the light.
Fine. Yeah, trick of the light. Aside from this now collapsed and inanimate set of red armor, there doesn't appear to be anything else within this top floor room. But as you sort of look back down the stairs, you just see 3 more floors heading back down. Or 3 flights of stairs, rather, heading back down to where the statue is downstairs.
All right, bosses. Where to now?
I'm so tempted to push the kobold off the tower.
Is the screaming still happening? The leaper?
Do it.
No, not anymore.
Okay.
It appears that was only happening as the first person went up the stairs.
Okay, Lee would say, thanks for the clue and the cool effects. We're going to go downstairs now. He starts wandering off.
Picks up the chainmail and hands to puts the word's wife.
Mm-hmm. She seems a bit fine kind of thing. She carries it. Yeah.
Help.
I'm gonna
You just see Tuck go over to the edge of the staircase and look down it. Okay, so we going or what?
Nothing.
Going.
Just like leaning precariously over the edge, looking down the steep drop.
Ygritte starts pulling out her quarterstaff.
You know, somebody could die if they fell down here.
Yeah,
Didn't that's what happened to the armor back there?
Xander, go take the lead, please. You but a bit more stalwart. And the little kobold fellow, I believe.
Igri just wants to slowly, just nudge Tut with the end of a quarterstaff.
And as Lysander goes along, picks up the kobold. We go!
Damn.
You all,
push. What?
You all
What are you doing? Hey, you're not my boss.
quickly enough, you all head back down the stairs, and
Yeah.
I hear someone at my door, so I will be right back.
No worries. We're gonna go back to the A.
5 seconds break there as we go down the stairs.
We're gonna go back to the giant A.
Eat more food.
Eat the
The
food.
giant hay, we go!
Giant A.
The giant A was the real boss.
it was the real. Oh, actually, that's a triangle. We
Yeah.
We're gonna just steal the Alterra.
We're gonna steal the Alterra logo and use that as the planchette.
Have we literally already got a planchette? Because we found one when that guy left.
Did we?
That was one of the things that Tut found on the ground, wasn't it?
Was it? I thought it was like a couple of feathers and something.
The skull. Was it not a little raven skull or something?
Okay, maybe. In my head, it was a planchette, but it might just be the spooky energy.
In a sec.
Was it Mormons?
Wrong apartment building.
Oh,
Well, if we took a short rest, I think my race allows me to make a small item.
Yes, so you get
And
back
back
down
to-
to the statue room, and head back out past the gate, tearing your eyes away from where two of you at least know where your greatest desires are, just down that corridor, and back out into the corridor by the foyer, and the sense, the chill, the prickles on the back of your neck continue. Nearby, there's a door that just sort of slams open, and inside you can see. No, you wouldn't see that one. Where is it?
So where we go, small buddy?
I don't know. Let me ask the big buddies. Hey, big buddies, where are we going?
well, I mean, that door just opened. That must be a clue.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is a conservatory, in fact. Desiccated vines sprawl across the tables and foggy glass walls of this conservatory. Rusted gardening tools, pots of barren soil lie scattered across sturdy wooden tables. And it looks at one point to have been happy, a cheerful place, but now is just completely overrun. As you look inside, between eye blinks, the conservatory is alive and filled with flowers. A transparent woman with a veiled hat and parasol strolls through the room, pausing here and there to admire a bloom, adjust a pot. Then she looks towards you, and as suddenly as she appeared, she vanishes, and the room lies in ruin once more.
Lee waves at least while she's there.
Xander just slaps himself in the face. What's going on?
As this scene ends, those of you who has passive, so Igreed and Tut, you both notice rusty gardening tools beginning to levitate from the tables and floors. You may take an action. It looks as though they're activating. They have activated with the spirits of the house becoming aware of your presence, having explored a few rooms.
I've seen this before. They're gonna attack us now. Come quickly, get some string. Get some rope. Do I have rope?
If not, I do.
Yeah, Lee almost certainly has rope and will just immediately pull it out and give it to you.
I do. I have a backpack.
Nice.
Recalling
You
back
see-
to all the tombs I visited where things start animating to kill me. You see Tut just dash across the room, pulling rope out and throwing himself onto the closest item to try and wrap it up.
All right, yeah. Roll me it's either acrobatics or athletics to essentially hogtie and grapple this. Let me just roll a d6 to see what kind of. That was a d8. Never mind. Came out as a 6. So yes, this is a rather large garden spade.
An 8 on a critical on a nat 1.
Nat 1. You dive on it, and you manage to get your arms around it, but it's bucking you wildly, and from nearby a small trowel comes and just ding, and you are dazed and you fall sideways. You still have a grip of the spade, but now you have a slightly bigger problem in that there's a trowel and a garden fork that are just sort of encircling you. Agreed. You also gain an action because your perception is high enough to notice. What do you wish to do? You've sent the kobold to their death, so you're doing something right.
So she is probably just gonna. She's gonna draw out her quarterstaff again, just ready to bat these things away, and just wait to see what they do to the kobold.
You little blimers.
Yeah. So it is at this point that they all fly at you. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not going to target your wife, Bob, for now.
Okay.
So on Igreed, it's an 8 to hit. On Lathander, a 17. So that's also going to miss. An 8 to hit Lee, and a 14 to hit Tut. So all of... Oh, that one would have help. So roll an extra d20. That's even worse. So all of them, all of these garden implements fly at you, and they're just batting off of your form.
Oh my god.
Igri just uses her quarterstaff to bat these things away off her.
Yeah, as you bat one of them away, black vines twist around the head of your staff and tighten in, and then quickly turn to ash. And as you bat one backwards, roll me a d20, please.
D20. And that is an 18.
An 18. You bat it so hard it flies into one of the conservatory windows, and cracks begin to run right through it as you smash the glass. The fractures quickly form out the words, uninvited. As you look around the room and stop,
I'm never invited.
as you stop these sort of weird events from occurring, the trowels and the spades all just begin falling to the ground, having the trap having been triggered and dealt with. You're able to look around the room, and inexplicably, there still appears to be one plant that's alive and flourishing in this room. But everything else is just withered and decayed and died. It is a large greenish plant with fat black berries.
Oh yeah, I've seen this before too. That's definitely a death plant. You should kill it with fire.
So, in reaction to that message showing up, Lee will put out his invite and say, I thought it was cool to bring +6. Are we up to 6 now? I thought it was cool. Sorry. It didn't say on the invite. I thought it was fine.
So, as Tut was
stupid game.
Yeah, as Tut said, you should probably kill it with fire. Igreed looks down, and goes, "My thoughts exactly," and clenches a fist, and it just starts glowing, getting hotter and hotter, and then like flames start coming off her fist. She'll go up to it and punch it, essentially.
Punch the plant. Roll to punch the plant.
Roll to punch the plant. Cool. And that is going to miss it, probably. A 10.
A 10 hits the stationary plant. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Are you aiming at the plant itself, its roots, its the pot? What?
The actual plant itself.
Yep, cool. You punch into it.
And that's 4 fire damage.
4 fire damage. Okay. You definitely leave a smoking, fiery crater in the central mass of this thing. and you do shake a couple of the berries loose onto the ground.
Mhm.
And they just sit there. The flames don't spread along the plant as much as you were expecting. It is a thriving plant, and some of them leap off into the sort of dying plants nearby, and they quickly and catch flame and go up. But this one, as you watch, you can almost feel shivers run through you. And then you watch as a watering can gets picked up from nearby and held, and even though nothing comes out of it, you watch as the plant begins to sort of slowly knit itself back together.
Yeah, that's a cursed plant.
Very well could be.
I just pass a greed, a hammer. You should try smashing it. Blunt force always works on all the kobolds.
If I'm going to hit it, I'm going to hit it with my staff.
No, that's fair. Okay.
There is a set of garden shears nearby.
Don't use those. Those are cursed. Those are hogtied.
Lee will just hold up a finger and go and pick a berry before we start continuing to destroy the plant.
Yeah.
Just so he's got a berry spare.
Boss, I wouldn't eat that. That's definitely a cursed berry.
Yeah, but it's a clue.
Why we smash plant?
Yes.
Good
It's
idea or bad
it's
idea?
unnatural, but it seems to be repairing itself. It seems to have these berries. These, like the idiot says, these may be a clue to something.
Boss, other boss is calling you an idiot. Thought you should know.
No, that's fair.
I know. Gotta respect that, boss. You took down the other cheek. Well done, boss.
Igreed will attempt to pick some more of the berries and pick up the ones that fell on the floor.
Okay. Yeah, you grab, I'm going to say, a dozen berries.
Okay. And just
Yeah.
pop them.
In your mouth?
No.
Oh.
Into her backpack. Right, actually, would she have a little pouch?
Yeah, I'd say you'd have just a little pouch spare. You're a monk. You're full of pouches.
Yeah. So she just put them into her pouch.
Does anyone have nature proficiency?
Almost certainly not, but I'm going to check anyway.
Or survival?
I have survival.
Survival, I do have it.
Okay. Good to know. Well, you don't know what the plant is, but you've survived the trap. How's that?
Okay.
There we go.
You know not to eat the clearly dangerous berry.
Well, yeah. You don't know what it is, but you know not to eat it.
I mean,
I don't know, boss and other minion. I don't think the piece is here.
Probably not. It's probably in a drawer somewhere.
So, next door. Let's go, team.
Next door. Gotta pick the left door. Always go left.
Give me a sec. As you turn to leave, you do hear the sound. As you turn to leave, you do hear the sound of
What's that?
An enchanting voice is not exactly what you'd use to describe this person. You do hear humming, the vague notes of singing, and then as you nod your head, you quickly realize, oh no, that's out of tune. What's that's not the song? No, that's not We Are the Champions. That's just awful. That's terrible. That's the match of the day theme.
The normal song that slowly.
Wait, hang on though. Lee likes the match of the day theme.
Is anyone else hearing these strange references that make no sense?
Yes.
What the hell is match of the day?
Right, it happens every day at the sports ball pitch.
Okay. Yeah.
There is a match.
There is a match.
Two great forces come and oppose each other. One's always stays the same, one always changes. And they play
like when the shadow conquers an extra territory of the Mummy Lord and starts raiding all their pyramids.
I don't know those teams, but probably.
Okay, yeah. That's when I get sent in, to raid the pyramid.
Oh, Oh, you want a Peem as well?
Yeah, me and a team of kobolds, we dive in, going past the mummy's traps. At least half of us die. But
Oh, that's less good. But
no, they died in the honor of the shadow. It's always worth it.
Anyway,
Take the lead, please.
yes, you continue on, and the next door over is hanging slightly ajar, but it is well apportioned. This door, in fact, is
What's in the
quite
jar?
lovely looking. I'm your next roll is at disadvantage. Broken boards mar the the gorgeous at one point in its life web-like design that's worked into this ballroom's wooden floor. A short stage for long departed musicians stands at the room's far end, overlooked by cracked stained glass windows. And as you look through, as you enter the room, a hollow, mocking voice reaches you, echoing as if from far away, from eons past and across space and time. I'll give you a simple choice, my misguided knights. You can join Lady Silvera, and I'll entomb you all within my fortress's walls.
That might sound familiar.
Or forsake your commander, bear witness to her execution. Then walk free to tell all of Dranzorg's justice. My mercy knows but a moment, friend. Choose.
How are you spelling Dranzorg?
Xander,
That is in character.
Dranzorg.
And
how
me in
do
character is shouting that out the voice.
how do each of you respond? As if you were the knights in question.
Xander's grabbed his wife's hands and starts dancing around the room.
You want to make sure you use bandages enchanted with gentle repose if you're entombing someone. Just word of advice. But you make sure they're tight, because if they're not properly wrapped, trust me, we've discovered a couple of the mummies who weren't properly. It's gross. It's gross, buddy.
So in the question of join or die, you give hints on how to lock people up. You start dancing. You ask who are you, and Ben, do you do something?
It's all going as planned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's just gonna like put her hand in her head, being like, "Why am I surrounded by idiots?"
Hey, I'm not an idiot. I'm a minion.
Exactly. Same thing.
Oh, cool.
Xander's just mistaken the haunting melodic question as this music, and his wife's going, no, he's asking a question, dear.
What do we get if we join?
You get to go free. To tell all of Dranzorg's justice.
Then yes, we'll join.
You can only answer for yourself. Do you join?
Fine, I'll join.
All right. So, everyone hears a scream. An ear-splitting shriek fills the room and affects you all.
His wife asks if they're not a cult. As long as he's not a cult.
Yeah, no, they're not a cult. Yeah, they're not a cult. As far as you're aware. You hear the voice go, "We're not a cult."
Not a cult.
Not a cult.
Then my husband joined. And speak for us both.
Excellent.
Is it like exclusive? Do I have to not work for others? Because I've currently got 2 bosses. If I can have 3 bosses and you guys are all cool with that, then sure. But otherwise, you guys are all gonna have to fight to the death for me.
Ask for that. Ask the voice inside your head.
What? No, we don't listen to that one. No, that one can go stick a pharaoh up it. I don't know. I don't actually know if it has a body.
Up its pharaoh.
Yeah, maybe.
Stick
Your
a pharaoh
choices
up your
are
hilt.
join Lady Silvera or forsake Lady Silvera. You don't know who Lady Silvera is.
That's okay. I'm a follower and a joiner.
Yeah.
I'll join.
Yeah, is forsake Lady Silver also join Dranzorg?
Join Dranzorg.
Then yeah, Lee wants to be part of that team.
Cool.
Yeah,
you all hear the ear-splitting shriek. None of you join Lady Silvera, so that doesn't occur.
Wait, can I do both? You didn't say I could join both. I thought it was join one and leave the other.
You can join both if you wish. Yeah.
I want to join both.
Cool. You see one of the stained glass windows on the stage cracks, and the fractures appear to look like you, as if you were trapped within the glass, just doing this. You also, and along with everyone else, must make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Uh-oh.
Save and throw.
Wisdom save from everyone for forsaking Lady Silvera. 7.
87.
It's a DC 14, please.
I got a dirty 20.
Perfect.
Okay, that was very nearly a natural one. That is a 4.
Hot
Perfect.
damn, -3. Oh, yeah, you go, buddy.
10.
Everyone who failed the DC 14 takes 13 points of psychic damage.
13.
Everyone who succeeded takes 6.
And then I'll take
in either case, your ears bleed as you hear this shriek just run right through you, and you hear a
I'll only take 3.
You're resistant to psychic.
Yes.
Kalashtar, yes, very fun.
Oh, no, this is acid.
You need to turn that down a bit, bud. That hurts.
I didn't expect that to actually come to play.
Whichever did it to me within 60 feet.
It just is a manifestation of shrieks around this room. You don't see what happened. You don't know how this occurred.
If I was within 60 feet, it was definitely getting a hellish rebuke.
As you cast out your hands, we'll say for flavor that you cast out flames from your hands, and there's nothing for the flames to latch onto. You just hear an evil cackle from, you assume, this guy, Dranzorg.
So I'm imagining like those 4 essentially like putting their hands over their ears and like showering a little bit, and Igri just slightly winces.
Yeah, you've got a bit of a headache. You start. It's like when a fire truck goes past you. It's like, oh god. Yep, that was annoying for you. Mm-hmm. At the rear of this room, as no more sort of spiritual manifestations occur, is a closet filled with withered decorations from what look to be past celebrations. Faded banner depicts numerous winged seahorses and the words, "Happy Birthday Reagan and Vastian."
Anybody heard of these? Yes, you found your party.
You found your party, but it looks to have ended long ago.
Oh.
And any still alive for it are, they're everyone's long gone. Sadly.
Lee pulls out his invite and just sees there isn't really a time on it. So missed it. Oh, at least this thing's still here.
But aside from that, there's nothing. Although, what's that down at the base of it? There looks to be a weird sort of wooden triangle with a hole in the middle. As you pick it up, you rotate it, and it looks to Tut to be quite similar in shape and size to that raven skull thing that you picked up earlier with the feathers.
Was I supposed to pick? Oh, guys, I left that back on the road. No, I'm kidding. Here it is.
That's why they call me Tut, king of jokes.
Tut. But yeah, you realize you've had a planchette this entire time in your pocket. But you have just found a second one.
Wait, that's what that is? I thought it was
Mm.
a skull, like a really weirdly deformed skull.
It's decorated with bird skulls.
I could make one of those.
Yeah, like a tri-headed bird.
If you knew we were looking for a triangle and you had one in your pocket the entire time, why didn't you say something?
I was trained not to speak until spoken to. You didn't ask.
I mean, that's the bird thing's triangle. We don't want to. Well, you probably wouldn't mind us borrowing it.
Mm.
I'm sorry, boss.
Yeah,
I
as long as we give it
get
back
that
afterwards.
rumble if you want. I can cower and I can beg. Would that make it better?
Not really.
Okay, good, because that takes a lot of energy out of me. I can only really do that like once per west.
In any way, we'll go take it back to the old man who declines to.
Oh, that guy kind of stank.
He seems to be the only one around here that seems to know what's going on.
No, that's fair. Okay, boss, if that's what you want. Other boss, you cool with this?
Lee just gives a big wink.
Yeah. Awesome. All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, both bosses
No, that's
agree.
the
Let's go.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Little Tut's gonna get a promotion. Little Tut's found some new bosses. One day, Little Tut's gonna have a pyramid of his own. Let's go, Team Tut.
Only if you. No, hang on. That's not a big character. Only if you get a bunch of other people to work beneath you.
Okay,
yeah, when I'm a big
And then
old dragon,
get them to sell it below them. Yeah.
one day I'll be king. And I'll make the shadow my queen.
So where to next?
We're gonna head back to the old man.
Gonna go find the queen, dude.
Little Tut want wedding.
As you head back along that area,
Maybe I'll keep you in mind.
we'll get Bob this time. Lathander, roll a d20 for me, please.
Okay. 19.
19. Ooh, interesting. So as you walk past, your wife sort of catches your arm and points back at the ballroom, where before you saw the lingering sort of shadow of this dark, cruel-looking tyrant with a skull-faced helmet, who has since disappeared, and sort of standing there stoically is a vengeful-looking knight. You see her on her knees, howling her frustrations into the night. Shadows rise, surrounding her in a crimson aura. You see her armor is stained red.
My wife? Or the person in there?
The ghost of the night.
Wife? He has your armor. What we do?
The image flickers and fades. But your wife is now looking down at the armor in her arms and raises an eyebrow. The eyebrow falls off. She just sort of slips it back on there. And it's up permanently now. She looks permanently, slightly surprised.
Who shocked, wife? I smash!
So, you head back to find the old man, the bald man, having pretty much readied the parlor for a seance of some description. He looks to be just finishing unloading and calibrating one of these weird sort of almost spectromic devices that appears to be flickering back and forth. And as he calibrates it, you see it hit down to 0. You're back. Have you found?
Hey, Queepy dude, we're back.
Yes, I just said this.
Yeah, we're back.
announcing the great bosses Lee and Igrig and servant Coles.
How have you know I'm not a servant?
Oh. And
Right.
minions Co. I guess
Oh, a
you're the
minion.
same level as me.
Very well. Did you find the planchette?
Yeah, we found this many. Oh,
We found
wait, how do you
we
count?
found one, but apparently this thing already had one on him.
They did.
No, I
Why
didn't. You
didn't
can't
you-
prove it.
Why didn't you give this to me, Ozzy?
Apparently we
trust your boss
didn't
and
ask.
Yes, that is fair. I mean, I did ask if you do happen to see one. If you probably
So,
know.
old man, you gotta keep rambling, or we gonna do this? Bosses are impatient.
Yeah, jawohl.
Are we?
So,
Like, don't worry, I got
Yeah.
this for you guys. I got this. Is what I was trained for. Come on, old man. Bosses are impatient. They'll
So,
eat
I
you and
would
breathe
like-
fire on you.
I would like someone to roll me a d6, please.
Shit, when the bosses do it.
Yep.
That's a 5.
Xander goes and picks
Aye.
up the little kobold and draws him back a little bit from the old man.
What? Wait, you don't. I gotta intimidate them. They gotta show respect to the bosses.
Bad little lizard.
I'm a dragon, thank you.
You're not a dragon.
I'm a dragon.
So, the old man sits at. It's a rounded table, but he sits in one of the chairs at the topmost point of this pentacle, and says, "Please, for this to work, I will require your help. If you could assist me."
Hell yeah, teamwork.
Yes,
You get
yes,
the-
yes. Teamwork is very good thing. So, is there, before we begin, is there anything that you would wish to know from the spirits of this house? Is there anything that you have seen around this house that you wish more information on, or on your own past, on your own future? You keep mentioning curses. This place is cursed, but
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I
Is
know
it
this.
just this you wish to know, or?
Is armor cursed?
Is armor cost?
Wife has red armor from Night Lady.
If you were, to hypothetically want to break a curse, how would you like generically break a curse? Shut up. No, I'm not talking about art. I mean generically. Not any curse I have, but other curses. You happy?
Go see high level skilled cleric.
Tell the cleric. You're weird.
Church leader, not cult leader.
No, yeah, we don't have any of those in this party.
Make good
I
We do.
choices.
Kill you.
He made
I know,
bad,
I know a god I
Barrington?
can take you to later, if that helps.
he made bad choice.
Maybe.
I me need wife to this fades off into a deep thought.
Alright,
Lost there.
Old man, could you tell them that I'm sorry I missed the party? I got my timings mixed up.
Well, the beauty of this particular seance, it may be different to other seances you have been privy to in the past or even heard of. We will all be allowed to ask a single question once we have stated who we are dealing with, essentially. So I take it none of you have done seances before. You're not well versed, no?
No.
Don't think so.
Very well. I will begin then by summoning one of the many spirits of the house, and
I wouldn't say what
Absolutely.
they did to me is a seance. It's more a ritual.
I mean,
Well,
that's the same thing, really.
if there is a way to reverse this ritual, or I'm sure the spirits will be able to help. But whenever you're ready, if you wish to explore some more, that is fine. But whenever you're ready, I will be here.
Old man, I don't really want to ask a question. Can I help you at all with a question?
Yes. Yes, I would say so. I would well, I would wish to know how to lay a spirit to rest. So if there is a way that you can ask how I could lay a spirit quite close to me to rest, I would be appreciative. Yeah.
Big thumbs up from Lee.
Cool. Which of the planchettes do you give the old man? Todd, since you have both of them.
Okay. Well, this one is from Dragon Boss, and this one's just from Other Boss. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm following this one. It's just this is before I knew the other one had like a dragon thing going on, and
Mini, miny, mo.
I don't know. The married pair is weird, so they don't really strike me as leadership material.
Hey,
I'm sorry, it's true. I just like you can't have two leaders. That's just weird. There's got to be one leader. Got to be solo leader. That's what leader means.
That is true. There is only ever one captain.
Yeah, exactly. See, leader gets it.
But the captain works with the team, obviously.
I am unfortunately having to lead my somewhat impaired husband around, whilst he keeps on fixing my problem.
So yeah, here we go. Here's both. Take it, old man.
I generally only require one, but
take them both.
Where did you get this one? It's decorated and these symbols I've seen before. You've been blessed by the ravens.
The hell's a raven?
Yeah, that belongs to a friend of mine. They dropped it. We haven't found them to give it back. As long as we get that one back, it's fine.
I would give this one back to you. I would keep that safe. It is a symbol of the raven kind. They say that ravens bring good luck. So,
did you know the Raven Queen's an elf? Fun fact. Yeah.
Yes.
You have good luck at sports ball. Now.
I just gently hold out a hand for the token just from Tut.
Igrid is just.
You're not watching.
No, she's just face farming with all these three or all these four just talking around her.
Does anyone not sit at the table, or do you all take part in the seance?
No, she'll sit at one of the pentacles with her arms crossed, not really believing in any of this.
Do you have like a pillow or something? I'm a little bit low down here.
He presents you with a stack of his books.
I guess I'll do. All right, books go under Tut's butt.
Yeah. He puts his hand on the planchette and sort of gestures for you all to do the same. In order for this to work, everyone sat at the table has to.
You just see Tut kind of practically standing on the chair to lean in.
Mm-hmm.
Igrid will again. Igrid will again roll her eyes, reach out and touch the planchette.
Yeah. Exciting 18. Hand on.
As
Alander picks up the kobold and puts him on the table.
I could have reached while I was stretching.
Yeah, could have done. As the last person to touch the thing does
small child.
The fire in the hearth completely goes out. All the candles all flicker out except for the one on the table. And all of you are plunged into darkness. And the old man says,
It's okay, I've got dark vision.
Spirits of this house, we are strangers who come openly and without malice. We seek only to know your stories and to help you find peace. We entreat you. Someone, anyone, make your presence known. And for a moment, nothing. You wonder if it's even worked. And then the room grows cooler, the lights dim, and you all feel the planchette moving up towards greetings. Who are we speaking to?
Basically a ghost dummy.
And the spirit replies and spells out the name M-A-R-A. Mara.
Master?
Marvin? No.
Who moving this?
Hi, Mara. Pleased to meet you.
By God, he can spell.
Wait, which one of us is back? I thought a ghost was doing this. You know ghosts are real, right?
No, they're not.
What? No, they're like literally
Yeah.
real. They like
Yeah.
they
yeah.
like they exist on the ethereal plane, and then when there's enough psychic energy, they can project their will into the prime realm. Do you get taught nothing?
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
I didn't even go to school, and I know this.
Everyone, please
Ghosts
focus.
are real. Wink, wink.
Everyone focus. Does anyone have a question for Mara?
Oh, I don't know. What's Mara's credentials?
I think you wasted your question there. What's Mars credentials?
What? We can't just ask her random ass questions. How am I supposed to know what she might know?
Tot, as you ask this, she says, the planchette spells out K-N-I-G-H-T, night.
What?
Paladin.
What's the time of day got to do with it?
Well, that was a good question.
That doesn't give her authority to answer anything.
No, actually, and old man flicks pages in his books. There was a night here, Amara. This place, this house used to be part of Tassel Lavance. Count Corden Silvra, his daughter was a knight called Mara Silvra.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them.
That must be the silver that we forsake then.
What was it?
What?
Your...
Some voice said, join or forsake. We joined, and then someone screamed.
Hey, speak for yourself. I joined both sides. That way I always will come out ahead.
Are you the Mara Silvra who fought here against a warlord of ancient times? And the thing moves up towards yes. Well, that is my question. We have 3 left.
Is that your armor?
Moves up again to yes.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. She should know the answer to that one.
2 more. Lady agreed, and young Pearson. Anything?
Do you know how to lay a spirit to rest?
What? No, you're supposed to ask how to lay a spirit to rest.
Wisdom 5.
The thing again moves up to yes, and then begins to spell out H-E-L-P down to the space M-E.
Help me.
Murder.
Mm-hmm.
Wife get question?
You know, you're lucky they're not Fae. Otherwise, they would have taken that question and ran with it.
We have one final question. Lady agreed. If you wish to forfeit your question to someone else, or do you have something?
I mean, it's highly unlikely she'll know the answer to my question, seeing as she's apparently a ghost who died
in
here.
this house. Yeah.
If she's an actual ghost and bound to this house, you won't know. So.
Well, I don't know. I mean, ghosts are known to whisper to each other. She might know.
I am Ygritte, daughter of Icta. Where is my mother?
Igta.
Yeah,
I personally don't know.
Wait,
don't know.
what?
You could message me that if you wanted, but I'm gonna say that this particular actually tell me a little bit about your mother. We can use this opportunity.
Hang on, I will bring up what Chris sent me earlier.
She's a dragon.
So
Yeah, do you want me? Yeah, I'll let.
Icta is the Tempest God of Destruction, the five-headed dragon. Only major difference between, or the main difference between Icta and or Alterra and Thingy. So she's based around Tiamat.
Her mother's Tiamat.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I figured as much.
Only major difference would be that she didn't create the chromatic dragons. The primordial monarchy did. She just took on a draconic chromatic appearance during the Prime War as a propaganda tool, then took over the primordial aspects of destruction in the elemental rings, when the gods banished the primordials, as well as taking in any chromatic dragons who swore fealty to her and won her favour. As you can imagine, there's a complicated relationship between her and the chromatic dragons who serve her.
There's like a massive civil war in the dragon community over that.
Then it would spell out WAR.
She's gone to war. Typical.
I would say, yeah.
Have you tried checking the divine planes?
Your mother is in another castle. Sorry.
You've been Super Mario'd.
Your dragon is in another castle.
Is before we thank you for speaking with us. Before we say farewell, is there anything you wish for us to do as recompense for answering these questions 5 of ours? And it begins to spell out EVICT space THE space CHIMNEY space WITCH. Evict.
The chimney witch?
He
Thank
isn't
you.
smart enough to do a slow turn towards the fireplace.
The
hell's a
presence moves the planchette towards the word farewell, and you all feel the room immediately
Oh, I forgot to say,
Get
sorry for
warm.
not making it to your birthday party.
get warmer again. That was spectacular.
Yes,
We
very
made
good
actual
theatrics you've made.
contact. We made actual contact with a ghost, a spirit of this house. This is incredible. I must do more research. If you so desire, go seek out this chimney witch. I have no idea where they would be.
Yeah, where could the chimney witch be?
I would imagine some sort of look for a chimney or something along those
what
lines.
is that?
A chimney, it's like a stone flue, usually used to burn things in or cook on in ancient times.
So it's not that thing that like hangs off a giant between like their neck and their like mouth.
No, that is a beard.
Chimney.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I'm just gonna follow the masters.
Yes,
The boss is
usually it's in ancient times it's usually used to cook things on or burn things under. It wouldn't
like
be
dragon's breath.
Yes, exactly like dragon's breath.
Uh,
I would very much like to, if we continue to explore the house with the spirit's words in mind, don't feel the need to rush things. If you need to take a break, some of you look like you have dried blood around the ears. And yes, I will prepare another seance. I would like to try and make contact with this Mara again, or another one of the spirits of this house. We have so much to learn. She knew how to put his spirit at rest.
We're on
yeah,
Dranzor's team, if that helps.
Husband, we are getting to that time again. You may want to use your divine power to control me again, quickly.
Fine, ghost.
At this point, you're able to take a short rest if you so desire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. While you're doing that, I will run to the bathroom.
Okay, now put the giant A up on the screen.
I'm using my divine thing to keep her sane.
Fair enough.
Control undead. No. Bad misses.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. So is she... Yeah, so she's the undead one.
Yeah.
You're...
Oathbreaker Paladin.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, Ali, it took me a while to realise that's a projector behind you.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I've got it's a projector with a pile of hats on top of it.
Yes, I did notice the hats.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I have it another way.
Yeah.
Project the hats.
Yeah. So if I'm watching movies, I can project stuff on that wall.
Fair.
Return.
Return of the
How much else my random crap can you see back here?
We
Not much
can.
of it.
No, not much.
Are those your drawings?
They're not. No, I didn't draw them. They're various postcards and things that I collected and put up there.
That's cool.
We can go back from the A.
Yep.
So that's the first seance completed where you met Mara as you dive deeper into the house. Excellent. So, is there anything anyone wishes to do during the short rest in particular? I know, Bob, you're maintaining control on your
I'm using my
on your zombie.
divine thing to control undead before I do the short rest because it recharges
You get
after
it
a
back.
short rest.
Try and get these damn
So-
hit points to actually apply to the goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Roll my hit die.
for reference, you have explored most of this first floor and the
Manually.
tower, essentially. There is still, you imagine, on this floor, since it's a ground floor, there would probably be some sort of dining room. There would probably be a kitchen, maybe a store cupboard, a large one. Upstairs, maybe a music room. Upstairs, obviously, would be 3-4 bedrooms, and then above that, you don't know. Probably a smoking room, maybe, or another gallery or two.
Cool. Short rest taken.
Short rest taken. You continue on your way. There, you will just say that you head out of the area that you did, the door that you did not go through previously, and you find yourself in.
Is there a chimney in here? Should we check the chimney in this room?
The fire is burning brightly in there, and the other side of the chimney here. No, it's not a chimney; it's a fireplace. The other side of the fireplace opens out as you look through to the ballroom.
It would still
Where's
have a
the,
chimney above it.
Yeah, where's the smoke coming from? Going to?
Yeah.
A chimney is a smokestack.
The chimney goes out and above, as far as you're aware. So you can head upstairs if you.
There's a chimney.
There is a chimney.
Right, okay.
Is there multiple chimneys?
Yeah, I think.
Or
I
is
think
this
what
still
Jude's
the only
trying to
one?
say is probably not looking for a chimney. It's on fire.
Igni just doesn't trust this old man. Can she roll an insight check on him and see, like, if it was actually him moving or gets a sense of if it was him moving the planchette?
You may roll a an insight check that you could have taken during the seance. How about that?
Okay.
Let me see.
That's a nat 20. That's a 23 in total.
Find his stat block. Where is he at?
We're getting a lot of nats on this game.
Getting so many nat 20s. Jealous. Well done, you guys.
It just happens whenever James is DMing.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's
Really just the cursed party.
Unlike your array of natural 20s on last Friday.
Mm.
I am not seeing his stat block.
Does he have a stat block?
He does have a stat block. Whatever. He is telling the truth.
See,
I don't
classic
need to.
problem with having a book. If you just make up his stat on the spot, you don't need to go looking for it.
It's fine. I
His
know
stat block.
he is telling the truth. I just wanted to see what his stat block was in here.
Mm-hmm.
Is stat block brought to you by what book?
That would be telling.
The Chimney Witch and why you shouldn't try and fight them, clearly.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic beasts and how to kill them.
I think you'd have an enemy of Newt.
And with enough lizardy type people in this one, don't want
Hold
to
on.
make any enemies of Newt.
Look in here. I'll find it.
Curse.
Yeah.
Does not have a persuasion. Yeah, he appears to be telling the truth. And he seems genuinely excited by what you're doing here. So, short rest done. You can head out on your way down one of the many corridors or upstairs if you wish. Shit, there goes the books. Oh no. Don't touch the pages. Oh, the books.
Upstairs.
So yes, there are still a few more rooms on this floor that you haven't explored, or there are rooms upstairs and yet another floor upstairs.
I'm asking this question to the guy. What upstairs?
I don't know. I've not been up there myself. Bedrooms, I imagine.
Oh, never. You've never been up there. Wait. What is your role here?
Yes.
I just arrived today. I've been setting up my equipment in this room.
Oh my god, you're a ghost hunter, aren't you?
So
you're the
you
worst.
happen
I'm
to
not
arrive.
a ghost hunter. I'm a ghost studier.
Yeah, that's
Investigate
what they are.
houses and test methods of freeing lingering spirits.
Look,
So you
what I
happen
do.
to
I
arrive
don't
here
bust
today.
ghosts. I don't bust
the
ghosts.
tomb investigators. I've met your kind. I've met your cousins, looking for ghosts of dead pharaohs.
There are no ghosts of dead pharaohs. They all
no, because they put their souls in
jars.
cursed items, and then you pick them up, and then they stuck in your head.
Is that what happened to you?
No. Shut up.
So you happen to be here the same time that we happen to arrive.
15 deception, bitches.
What's his insight? +7. Okay.
You'll never beat me. I can be eyes with the best of them.
Against the +7.
Damn it! 13.
14.
See, I just a crazy kobold. Don't listen to me. I don't have ghosts in my head. Shut up.
If you say so.
Yeah.
Over and pat you on. Small child, very confusing.
You know, I can bite your hand. You know I got like sharp teeth, right? I got like dragon teeth.
I'm not a dragon.
like lizard man here. We have sharp teeth too. Ang, 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 ang.
Let us
Well,
not turn on
Dragon
each
one
other,
day.
perhaps. Let us not turn on each other.
Uh,
That is
not-
just what the house wants.
I'm not turning on him. I just making sure small lizard baby okay. He genuinely just thinks you're a small lizard man now.
No, that's fair. I scaly.
So, what is the plan?
If we
right
adopt him,
Ha! You can kiss Tut's butt. And he runs out of the room and up the stairs.
All right, you run up the stairs. Good job.
no, small child, come back. Dangerous.
As you run upstairs to the second floor,
Go team!
out past the antlered eagle, you arrive in the second floor hallway, which starts at the balcony overlooking the foyer, which you glance down, you see your party charging into that hallway, foyer, and beginning to climb up the stairs towards you. You hear coughing audible from here. The coughing is coming from down the hallway towards a door. 1, 2, 3 other doors stand between you and there. None of them are open, but the one at the end of the hallway is slightly ajar.
As they all rush through, Ygritte will stop and look at this antlered eagle statue. And
you look at the eagle statue?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And just look around it. Does it seem familiar at all? Does it have any
roll? It would be a nature check on this one to identify what it is.
With my giant +1 is a 4.
It looks like a bird with antlers.
Does it have any placards on it? Saying
no placards. No? It just looks like rich person crap that they keep in their hallway to say, "Hey, look at me! I can afford a statue of a bird with antlers."
What's it made out of?
That is a very good question. It is bronze. It is a bronze sculpture atop a marble pedestal.
How heavy is it?
Oh, now that's a question. 800 pounds.
Fuck. Okay, then I won't.
That is both the statue and the pedestal.
Yeah, she just wants the statue.
I'm going to say that the statue itself is 300 pounds.
Fair enough. She won't carry it then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just looking at her carry weight, and that's only 75 pounds.
It is a sizable sculpture. I would say it's about as big as a kobold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To be honest, she can't actually carry all her items.
That's always good in an adventuring companion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had everything on her, and the total weight of it is 123 pounds, and she can carry 75.
I see. Nice.
I mean, getting rid of the chest, that gets rid of 25 pounds. That takes it down to 98. I mean, I suppose she could do without all her rations, because that's 20 pounds.
Well, while you begin emptying out your pack and thinking, what can I leave behind in order to take this statue with me? Upstairs, yes, Chris, you hear coughing coming from a faraway room. As you stand in this corridor and glimpse the nearby doors, you do see small placards on these doors which say guest bedroom, guest bedroom. Very shortly, your party catch up with you, and you're now all at the top of the stairs looking down upon Ygritte, who is taking things from her bag, eating rations, pouring some stuff on the ground, weighing out things in her hands.
To be honest, she probably wouldn't have done that until she tried to lift the thing up.
Hmm.
And
it's a good way.
Once she no.
Everything goes back in the bag, and Ingrid shortly joins you.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to enact my flaw.
Okay.
Given the choice of going left or right, I always go left.
I see.
Open the leftmost door.
Perfect.
Apparently that's an actual flaw you can go for in the archaeologist background.
Nice.
So wicker chairs and a small table set for tea occupy this airy morning room. Pale drapes fall away from wide windows overlooking the manor's grounds, and a plump tasselled pillow embroidered with the name Nuez rests near a fireplace. That's Nuez, N-E-W-E-S. It is prepared clearly for a breakfast that must never have arrived. As you enter, you see a gigantic eye staring through the window, and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. 6.
You are frightened of this giant eye for 1 minute, and as you back up, you back into Lee.
Lee, there's a giant eye in the room. It's looking at me. It's unlike any other I've seen. I don't know what it is.
As Tuck grabs onto your leg like a child, you look over into this room, and it's just a regular ass breakfast morning room with what's clearly a pet bed lying there. You can see a small toy, just sort of, it looks half chewed and just sort of sat on the big pillow.
I heard stories like this. They told all the little kobolds this: if you don't behave, the big old floating eye will come and get you, and it will go pew pew and shoot lasers at you.
I'll well, if that happens, you've got your team to back you up.
Lee, don't let the eye shoot lasers at me.
I don't know where I should do this.
I won't let the eye shoot lasers at you. If it does shoot lasers at you, I will hurt it for hurting my friend.
And hearing this from Lysander, he comes across, picks up the little kobold, and goes, "It'd be okay. I protect. Okay."
See, all your friends, all your teammates are here to look after you.
Little baby's okay.
And then Ingrid walks in.
Ingrid comes up the stairs and is like, "Oh, what's going on?"
Yeah.
What's going on? And it's a group hug. A group hug is going on.
Leave me out of it.
Santa, he's not a baby. He's just a kobold. Oh, baby need protecting.
Lee will open an arm to welcome Lysander's wife into the hug.
As the hug remains sort of for a second, you do hear.
Oh, nice. For a 19 athletics, I slip out, and for a 27 acrobatics, I stand in your head. I am getting cut.
Yours.
As that happens, you do hear.
The hell was
coming
that?
from the next room over, slightly further down the corridor.
Your wife seems to be dying again.
Not the room that you entered into.
Okay, well, we don't go into that room. That room's got a big old floating eye that go pew pew at you. Let's try the next left room.
What are you on about? A big floating eye? What?
You're playing into your flaw, Chris.
Oh, baby,
get your flaw. You get an inspiration.
Ah, yeah. Cool, you suckers. I'm King Tut.
No, baby, dangerous up there. No.
So further down this area, there is the door to the left.
Can't catch me. 11.
From which the coughing seems to be coming from. Straight ahead, there is yet another room, and then the corridor appears to go around. This what you know to be directly below is the balcony. So as you touch the wall opposite the room, the door with the coughing coming from, it feels vaguely warm. You know that the fire is lit directly below in the lounge.
Hey, Chimney Ghost, you in here? You gotta tell us if you're in here. It's like an honor bound thing. You gotta tell us if you're in here.
No answer.
Guys, I
I
don't think
go
he.
for
Only the only sound you can hear is a
Oh, where'd that coming from?
coming from the door to your left.
Uh,
Go to my left. I open it. It's to my left.
A grand canopied bed occupies this quite massive room. It's about 40 feet square. It's clearly a master bedroom. The headboard is engraved with the phases of the moon, and a wardrobe, a writing desk, a torn leather chair fill out the space, all bearing just rampant mildew, which for most of you is terrible. For Tut, as we've previously described, loves mildew and mold and such. A chemical smell, though, a bit like ammonia or medication, cough syrup almost, lingers here. It is obvious that there was some kind of person being treated in this room. And so long ago, it must have been really, really strong medication for the ammonia spell to linger. The coughing appears to be coming from the bed, which has the covers drawn up. And aside from, with the exception of the bed, the room's furnishings are rotted and pretty fragile looking. Almost like to be held together by the mildew itself.
Lee will pull out his water skin, go over to the bed and say, "Hey, bud, do you want some water?" Just stick hand with water skin through.
just as I'm using
You stick your hand under the cover and offer water.
Yes.
just as I use divine
Okay.
sense.
Yeah. So as you stick your hand under the cover with the water skin, you feel a cold, clammy hand wrap around your wrist as Lathander, you unleash your divine sense and you get the strongest whiff of undead coming from that bed. And sitting bolt upright, you see some kind of zombie with its hand wrapping around your wrist now, Lee, and we're going to go into initiative.
Yay!
Hooray!
Oh, come on, guys. I got to limber up to grovel. Ah, you could
I
warn
think
me.
I found your other wife.
Gonna have to grovel.
Ooh, 18.
16.
For the zombie. Where is it? Zombie plague spreader.
Oh, come, I'm gonna get some more water while we initiative.
Yeah, that's in that one. Because of course it is.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's 9 for Igrid as well.
Okay, so it's got a +0. Nice. 18. Zomb. And it's got a surprise against Lee, but not against Lathander. So Lathander can act normally. Anyone get above 18?
Nope. 16.
No.
16 for
Xander.
Xander.
11 for Tut and 9 for Igrid.
And Lee?
Natural 1, 2, 3.
Oh no. Oh Lee, I'm so sorry. Yes, this creature sits bolt upright, and you're all inside the room, right?
Would have thought so, yeah.
That's the question. Yeah, it's going to use its virulent miasma. So as this thing sits bolt upright, it and unleashes this wave of COVID gas in a 30-foot radius centered on itself. Everyone roll me a Constitution saving throw. This is against poison, if it matters.
I'm immune to diseases.
I don't have anything against poison yet.
It is toxic gas. It's a poison.
That's a 12.
12's what you need, bud.
No.
Okay.
I'm rolling shit now. 6.
That fails.
Con save?
Con save.
Con save? Con save.
Yeah.
Not 20,
zombie...
baby. 23.
Nice. The zombie plague spreader has just sat bolt upright and coughed a load of poisonous particles around the room, 30-foot radius. So everyone who rolled below a 12 takes half of the damage there, 8 points of poison damage. Everyone who rolled below the 12 takes all 16 of it. So 16 points of damage on a failed save, half as much on a success. DC is 12. That is its action. Lathander, you and you alone, I will say, based on you using your divine sense, are not surprised by this. So you get your turn immediately after you begin coughing this gloop from your lungs, and it is not
we all
pleasant.
surprised that there was something in the bed in the coughing room. Oh, who could have seen this coming?
Only Lee is surprised.
Yeah. I thought it was someone who was having a bad time, which I guess it is.
You're just a lovely himbo. I think it's great. You're playing to your character.
You're punishing the himbo for being a himbo.
Hey, I get punished all
This
the
is
time.
discrimination.
I get punished all the time.
When
Bob,
you just like when's everyone like attributed to you to the himbo category? You just like self-attributing there, or?
no, I've been called a Bambo before. Anyway,
That's fair.
Bob,
Okay.
it's your turn, please.
Okay. I'm going to stride forward to the thing, and I'm going to.
Oh, what are you gonna do? You should kill it.
Bonus action. I'm casting Wrathful Smite on me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to swing my hammer at it.
Go for it. Psychic damage. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Now, it is still sat in bed, so it's technically prone, so have advantage. Technically, it's prone. Because it's not stood up yet.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so you swing down, and it just impacts against this thing's chest, and just... It just spits up a bit of vile blackness from its mouth that drips down its chin and onto its chest. And yeah, that wasn't pleasant at all. But luckily, since you don't hit, if you maintain concentration, you get to use your Wrathful Smite next turn.
Yep.
No, we've lost Ali.
Awesome. He'll be back. It's his turn soon. Hut, it is your turn. You're still stood near the door. You coughing the poison from your lungs, virulent miasma.
That's not acid.
No.
Hey boss. Other boss is kind of just standing there being like held by the undead thing. Do you think this thing's powerful?
Seeing as that really hurt me, yes.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, boss. I got this. I know just what to do. I'm going to stride confidently into the room. I'm going to walk up to the creature. I'm going to cast Hexblade's Curse on it as a bonus action.
Perfect.
All right. And then...
How does your curse manifest? Do you just point your hand at it, or?
Let's see.
Just interesting. Just interested how your spells and such manifest. If you just point a claw at them, or
on Farah. So you just see the mummy wrappings kind of just materialize around its forehead, so that it's got two kind of wrappings around its head. But
Perfect.
with these ones, they seem to be covered in mold.
I like it. You have
as
an action.
As I do that, I drop to my knees, and I cower, and I beg. I forgot the other one is called.
Grovel,
cower, and beg.
Grovel.
Yeah.
And until the end of my next turn, all my allies have advantage on enemies within 10 feet of me.
Perfect. So you jump up on the bed, you point at it, mummified wrappings wrap around its head, and then you just go,
Please let go of my boys. Take my pitiful self instead. Please.
Agreed. It is your turn.
So,
Yeah,
Ygritte,
you saw that coming.
clutching her chest after breathing in the poisonous miasma, is going to dive into like her little pouch on her leg, pull out a flask of holy water.
Ooh. And drink it?
No.
Oh. Refreshing on a hot day.
Yes. But she's gonna stagger over to the zombie, unstopper it, hold its head back, and pour it down its throat.
Interesting. Roll a grapple check for me. Athletics it would be for you.
Athletics.
And I will roll the same for the Plague Spreader. +3. Natural 20.
Yeah, there's no way I could have beaten that.
Yeah, so you reach up and you grasp hold of this thing's face and you lift it up, and the nose just rips off its form, and it's now a noseless zombie Plague Spreader.
Fair enough. In that case, I just pour the thing on its head then.
Yeah. I mean, it's undead, so what it takes, I think it's 2d4, or is it 2d6 radiant damage?
2d6.
2d6, so roll 2d6 radiant.
And that is 8.
8 points. Perfect.
And then she's going to use the rest of her speed. Actually, I am going to. Because I've never used key points before, so I'm just quickly reading how to use those. Key points, flurry of blows, patient defense, step of the wind. No, I didn't make an attack, so I can't do flurry of blows. Patient defense, that's taking the bonus action, dodge action, but I need to stay still, don't
I? No, you can dodge and move away.
Yeah.
It is also prone, so it would have disadvantage on any opportunity attack.
Well, if it's already prone, giving it further disadvantage won't really do much then.
No.
So she is going to use a key point to step of the wind then, and move the rest of her distance and dash outside.
Okay, yeah, so she gets outside the room. So you run in using your movement, pour holy water on this thing, rip off its nose, and then dash out the room. Perfect. It's going to swing at you as you go with disadvantage.
Okay.
So a 5 plus 5 is not enough with your 16. So it just swings at you because it is sat down in the bed. It is no good. As we move on to Lee, and Lee, since you start your turn within 10 feet of it, make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
You came back right on time.
Yeah. So is it still just sitting there holding onto my hand?
Yeah.
Now there's a kobold sitting on the bottom of the bed, just cowering and groveling to let you go.
Okay, that is a 19 Constitution.
19? Yeah, you feel this sort of viral aura around it, and you know that you need to get away because you're breathing in these really baleful fumes from it. It is your turn. What do you want to do? You've just seen it lash out at Ygritte.
I'll just say, hey, no hitting my teammates, and punched in the face while trying to tear my other hand away.
Yeah, it doesn't have you mechanically grappled. It's just for flavor. So go for it.
I kind of do want to see if I can pull its arm off in that action, though.
Ooh, fun. Well, let's see how well you roll, and depending on how well you roll, it may become...
So you would have advantage on it because it is prone.
And you also have advantage because I'm begging, groveling, and cowering.
Okay, that too.
So first roll, that is a 25 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Second roll, that is a 17 to hit. No,
You
18 to
two
hit.
attacks.
No, as in because I had advantage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that hits.
So it's 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits the zombie.
Hits a Trask. Wait,
Yeah.
that's sorry. 25.
Give me a second while I find a D8 while because things aren't working. Oh. I've got a D8 in here somewhere. This one. And that is 7 damage to its face.
Have you
7
taken the
damage to
brawler
its
feat?
face.
I took the unarmed fighting style.
Ah.
Oh, fun. We'll say as you lash away and punch it in the face, its grip tightens. Roll me a strength check.
Strength or saving throw?
Athletics.
Athletic.
As you twist and wrench away.
That's a natural one.
Natural one. No, as you back up, you slip on a bit of. You don't want to think about what it is, but it's black and it's sticky and it's a black stick basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you fall prone right behind you, but you still have half your movement, so you can stand up if you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, so it only takes me 5 feet to stand up, but I'm not going anywhere anyway, so.
Yeah, you stand up and you crawl away towards the wardrobe. It is on this side, and it's back to the zombie, who stands up, gets out of bed, and just sort of looks around at you all. Yeah, it's gonna lumber towards. I mean, Lathander's right there, and so is Tut. So we'll do one hit on each of you.
Please
now,
don't hurt my pulses.
I'm
Tut,
also within 5 feet.
Now, Tut, you are prone, right?
No, not mechanically. The action doesn't require me to go prone.
Okay,
I'm actually just standing there, like doing full bows.
So first roll on Lathander, second on Tut. So Thunder, you cop a 16 to hit, which misses, and a 19 to hit Tut, which is gonna hit.
I'm gonna use my reaction.
Nope.
Cast shield, baby.
Oh,
bringing up to a 21.
All right. So it misses you on both counts. It's just standing there now.
You're as strong as me with shield.
Yeah, having
and as it
both of you.
strikes me, you actually see the sheath on my side, kind of the sword pop out just a little bit and a glimmer of light as this arcane shield with hieroglyphs on it materializes in front of me and is deflected by my patron.
I like it. Remind me to talk to you about Harakir at some point. That is its turn. It is Lathander. You start within 10 feet of it. Make me a Constitution save.
4.
4. You are poisoned and can't regain hit points until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
That is it. That is it.
Okay. I will swing the hammer.
Awesome. You have advantage.
Advantage and disadvantage because you're poisoned, unfortunately.
Yep, so flat roll.
It would have been 7.
7 again.
What is with my rolls for my weapon? And I was just like swinging.
That ain't great. I'm going to be honest with you. That ain't great for you. But you swing at the hammer and you step backwards and slip in the same black sticky stuff. But you don't fall prone. You just sort of stumble away from it, wondering how this thing, how you missed it with a 7. This zombie. You missed a zombie. No one misses zombies. Shame on you and your cow. Tut, it's your turn, and unless you have any bonus action, Bob.
I'm going to use my hungering jaw.
Bite.
Aha! Perfect. You're gonna bite the plague-spreading zombie. Yeah, go for it.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, no problem. On you go, man.
Hey, I'm immune to diseases. This is okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Where are we? Where's my bite attack?
Flat roll.
Nope. Somehow I am
You-
destined to miss this fucking undead.
Yeah. You chomp, you bite into it, and then you realize, no, wait, that's a pillow. You've missed it completely, and it's got a pillow. It's still attached to one arm, and as you sort of peel back, it takes some of the skin with it, where it's scabbed over and melded with the pillow, and it looks down at its arm. You spit out the pillow, it's a bit feathery. Yeah, that is your turn. You're poisoned. Cool. Tut, it is now your turn. And as you start your turn within 10 feet of this thing, make a constitution saving throw, please, against poison.
That would be 7, but I'm going to use that inspiration you gave me earlier to attempt to get a little bit better on that. Ooh, that's a 10, though. I don't suppose a 10 makes it.
I'm afraid 10 doesn't do it. So you're poisoned, and you can't regain hit points until the end of your next turn.
That's fair. I also actually no, it says allies gain advantage. Okay. Is there anyone within 5 feet of the zombie still?
Yes, Lathander is.
Cool, because I do get pack tactics. That's a cool.
Oh yeah, you did.
While I'm still kind of cowering and begging, because it lasts until the end of my turn, so I'm just going to assume I'm still doing it while I like slowly move up towards them.
It's like, oh, please don't pay no attention to the swords. No.
In an instant, suddenly the groveling and cowering stops as there is a explosion of light that emanates in a 15-foot aura around me, and an additional 15 foot of dim light beyond that, as a flash of my moon touch sword is retrieved from its sheath. And you see, for those with higher passive perception, that there is now a mummified, moss-covered bandage over my left eye and wrapped around my left and right arms and wrists, as I seem to be a foot taller than normal, with a slight glimmer and a little bit of a mossy green tipped to my black scales as I strike in with the moon touch sword. And
You've gone Yami Yugi.
You just hear the echoing sound of Farah as I strike in for a 16 to hit, since I have advantage and disadvantage.
Gonna hit.
For 10 piercing damage, magical.
Ooh.
And 6 sneak attack extra damage.
Nice. That's a good hit.
So
a very good hit.
16 damage magical altogether.
Yeah, very good indeed.
Since I'm using a short sword, I'm going to use my offhand and pull another short sword off and just smack in underneath the chin.
Very cool.
For a 19 to hit. And this one's
a natural 19? Because you
no,
crit on
no, modified 19. 14 plus 5.
Yeah, 19.
No crit.
Yeah.
And this will just be 1 second. I need to take away the extra modifier. Just 2 damage because I don't have dual wielding. So
Still,
2 extra piercing, non-magical.
Still 18 points of damage. That's pretty good. You. And
with that, actually, 1 second. I need to double check something. When does shield last? Is it till the beginning of my turn?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, still start.
And you've only got one of those, I think.
What, shield? No, I have 3 slots. Yeah, I got 1 from Warlock, 2 from Sorcerer.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah.
This is what happens when you give me more than 1 level to do shit with.
Yeah, no, it's pretty
cool, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sneaky, sis.
That's my action and bonus action. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. I got a 16. I can bring up to 21 with the shield, so I'll.
Cool.
He's broken his headset.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'll say it attacks. It's gonna attack you with opportunity. An opportunistic attack because you've done some serious damage.
Oh, who, me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was staying there. I was saying I was going to tank it.
Oh.
Sorry, I meant I'm standing there and I will be a tank because I have that AC.
Sorry. Yeah. Cool.
That's okay.
It is agreed. You see light spilling out from the room now, and as you poke your head in, you see Tut going toe to toe with this thing, and Lathander just peeling, just spitting out a pillow, while
Let's not forget,
Lee.
at least a foot taller, with a bit of moss on the edge of his scales, and seems to have an entirely different demeanor.
Yeah, new persona. New persona.
Tut's full of surprises.
In Mossona.
Yeah.
Mossona.
So, yep. So she's going to. Would she be able to get up to it with her 40 foot?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a 30-foot long room, and it's now out of bed.
Okay. So she is going to run up to it. Whack it with a draconic smite with what kind of damage? Should we? Well, we'll say fire again.
Fire again. Fire again.
Fire again. And that is a fucking nat one. But I'm going to spend a key point and do flurry of blows in that case then, because I did make a attack.
Wonderful.
So that is a 24 to hit. And that is 4 bludgeoning. And then second flurry of blows, that is a 23 to hit.
Yep.
And that's another 4 points as well. Then she's going to use her last 10-foot of movement to get out of its range.
Yeah, it's going to attack you then instead, unless you have the feat. I'll roll a new one rather than use the 15. Yeah, it misses you handily. It just sort of, since you went around it, because one side of the bed is pretty occupied, since you ran around and then stuck one foot on the bed and then whacked out with your quarterstaff, it sort of reaches over the bed, but you just take a step back and it misses completely.
I didn't whack it with the quarterstaff. I literally went up and punched it.
Ah, well, still fine. Yeah, you had the high ground then. Just kicked it in the head from the top of the bed.
Because flurry of blows is unarmed attacks.
Yeah. After that, with a couple of impacts to the jaw and the chest, it doesn't appear to be healing. It looks like this thing is wounded now. As you get 10 foot back, and Lee, it is your turn from where you sort of scrabble over to the wardrobe, and yeah, you're there.
Okay. So I didn't really take the charger feat, so I was going to, but didn't. So
right beside you, there you do notice as you frantically look around for something to help you out, there is a door to another room as well.
So would that be a room that we've already been in, or a new one?
To a different room, and you can feel a sort of humidity coming from beneath the doorway, and a vague sort of smell of perfume.
Oh, I'm just going to do a medicine check for myself to see if I think that's going to help the cough.
Sure.
That's a 9. I think it will.
It smells. It smells quite nice. It smells vanilla scented almost.
That helps coughs.
Yeah.
I will open the door.
Of course it does. Yeah, and inside, remains of opulent fixtures fill the moldy-ass bathroom. Wardrobes, dressing screens, a vanity with a cracked mirror line the fractured tile walls, and a raised marble tub next to a built-in fireplace asserts a commitment to decadence. It's humid, it's moldy, the walls are stained with colourful but Yeah, greenish, bluish, bright orange of mold. And you see there is a fireplace there, which is warm, but is unlit.
Okay.
And a perfume bottle sits very near at hand with an ornate bulb atomizer. Its label bearing the name Borizzi in intricate cursive. And that is where the smell of vanilla is coming from.
Okay. Lee doesn't speak fantasy Italian, so do I still have an action left to yeet that at the zombie?
You can yeet the expensive perfume at the zombie if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna yeet the expensive perfume at the zombie.
Okay. Roll an attack roll. It's a small thing, so I would say Dex or Strength, up to you.
Okay, so that is 17 plus either 4 strength or 2 dex, so 19 to 21.
So roll me. It's immune to poison, unfortunately. So just roll.
What the hell's in this glass?
Yeah, it's vanilla scented. It's technically acid to this particular creature. So it's 2d6, and I will roll a Constitution save for it. It rolls a 10. That is below the DC, so it is blinded until its next turn.
That is 10 damage. Lee will just shout, "Hope that helps!"
10 damage. 10 acid damage. Yeah. You watch as it hits it square in the face, and it and sort of lashes against Tut, who just sort of sidesteps and is like, "You just pissed it off!"
Oh, sorry.
Well, technically, Tut is no longer Tut. Tut is now Farah.
Well, whatever.
Gotta get their roleplay in there, James. Come on, gotta be lore accurate.
Okay, Tut.
That was a good
Slash.
tactical advantage. Thank you.
That was a good tactical advantage.
Thumbs up.
Farah is a Baroness.
It is the zombie's turn. It is blinded, so it is going to lash out to disadvantage rolls. Just going to put them both on. One on Lathander, one on Farah. So the first one on Lathander, an 11. Oh, but a 20 to hit Farah.
You think a 20 can touch me? I've dealt with deadlier foes. As I cast shield, bring it up to a 21.
Yep. I think the cams are frozen, Ben.
It's not hit a single.
Oh, yeah.
That is the zombie's turn. It is blinded. Lathander, it is yourself.
Okay.
It is swinging wildly at you. It's this acid is seemingly eating away at its eyes. You have advantage yet.
Let's see if this advantage actually gives me something.
Yeah. I want everyone to do some kind of cool thing in the combat.
Apparently not. I'm gonna spend the inspiration that you gave me to try and roll something.
Yep. Cool.
I'll just roll a d20.
Yep. Are you rolling two-handed or one-handed?
What the fuck is with my rolls?
That's an 8 plus something though.
Plus 3.
Plus 3. 11 is above 10, and 10 is what you need, so you hit it.
Okay. That it's one-handed because I've got a shield, but I'm also expending one of my last spell slot to do my. It takes
it takes the 2 points of bludgeoning, and then it takes the Wrathful Smite psychic damage from earlier, another 3, so 5 points total so far.
Plus.
Okay, puts it there. Divine Smite for another 6 radiant. Okay. So you watch as blind, covered in acid from its face. You watch as this thing just takes a deep breath and begins to crumble to bits, forming into a virulent goop on the ground. your unholy magic having seemingly ended this thing entirely.
And that's
You
why
have
we use
beaten it.
gentle repose bandages. Sloppy craftsmanship. Oh, did you say it died?
Yes, you regain hit points, don't you? The bandages retract from the thing's face. The bandages retract and wrap around your wrists and invigorate you slightly.
No longer poisoned.
Yes. At the end of your turns, those of you who were poisoned are no longer poisoned. Lee, you are immune to the virulent miasma of a zombie plague spreader for the next 24 hours.
Nice.
Yeah. And as you all sort of come to terms and look around, you do feel the warmth coming from the master bath next door. Yet, no fire burns in this fireplace.
Igrid is still like clutching her chest.
Yeah, it is difficult to breathe.
Yeah, especially seeing as she's now on 2 HP. That's why she ran away.
Yeah.
I'll walk up to you and I will expend 10 of my lay on hands on you.
How much? 10, sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll keep 5 for emergency boops.
Curing poisons.
Because I took that full blast of poison earlier.
Yeah.
That took me down to 2.
I'll save my healing options for now.
And I'm sat whilst
That's it. You got it. Walk it off. Walk it off.
When that happened, I'm sat there like, I really wish I took a healing potion rather than brewing supplies. Or a couple of healing potions.
Walk it off. You got it. You got it.
That's funny
Anyway,
you saying that. For other reasons.
Fireplace in it.
But yeah, Igrid will start moving her way to where the warmth is coming from, because it's making her feel a little bit better.
Yeah, as you get up close to the fireplace, though, you do hear from down the flue a high-pitched
A high-pitched what? I think it's frozen.
Wow. What timing.
Yeah.
Chimney Witch is Waluigi.
To be honest, I was looking at stream elements as that happened, and I thought the whole thing froze. No, it's just James.
James is frozen. In time.
Yeah.
We will not longer see what this campaign ends.
Mm-hmm.
The Chimney Witch has got them.
So Chimney Witch. Release James.
James. Come back to us.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think they're
crashed,
yeah. Or their phone died.
Yeah, one of them. Phone died.
Oh,
yes.
phone died. Yeah, we go.
Were you planning on wrapping up soon, or?
I'm assuming, seeing as it's like 9:30 now, we'd probably be wrapping up fairly soon.
Yeah. It feels like the Chimney Witch is the final boss.
Yeah.
And I've expended everything I had just to do something to the play thing.
Well, see, that's the problem with simple gladiators. They don't reserve some resources for the back end of the fight.
I still have so many resources for the back end of the fight.
Well, we're only level 3. The paladin doesn't really ramp up until later on, I think.
No. Most don't really until after level 5.
Yeah. So I just got all my superiority dice, so. I'm a Battlemaster fighter.
Oh, nice.
I do miss being my full power. In the day where I ruled empires.
Ah, so you're a coach then?
I'm a lord.
Like a
You-
coach?
One of those mummy lord things that you were talking about earlier, then.
Ah, yes, Lord Rara of the Black Sands. My kingdom spanned the horizon. Well, for the flight of the shadows descended upon it.
You know how to remove curses?
Do not help that pitiful little groveling creature. This
No,
is
want
penance for raiding my tomb.
to help wife. Apparently cursed.
No, that was a deception. I'm pretty sure your wife is just an undead.
Yes.
Trifling thing for those of us who come from disparity. Depending on how you want them back alive, there are numerous options at your disposal.
Wife, I won't be back alive. Well, I bit more than what I am right now.
I guess the question is, do you seek simple mortality, a life that came before, or do you seek something grander, something more powerful?
Well, I
Worst case scenario, you can always go to Frankson. They'll give you some form of life back.
want to be able to just have a normal life with my husband. He has to use his divine power every time to keep me under control, or I just
What's your
become a
opinion of
mindless beast
fire?
again.
Do you mind being afraid of fire?
Afraid of fire?
Yeah, it's a side effect of Frankson's resurrection process, I'm afraid. He still hasn't worked out the kinks, or at least not when I was alive. It's possible he's advanced since then.
What did I miss?
That's just finding a way to
I was
fill.
just explaining to these peasants when I used to rule over the Black Sands.
There's the other personality within the little shit of that.
Lord Rara at your disposal.
Not all kobolds are little shits, Paul.
I mean,
Just most of them.
You say
The
anyone
majority
being
are.
lost.
No, they
Just all the
are.
ones
I've
you've
killed
ever met.
thousands of them in my lifetime. All of them the same.
So, same with me. I've thousands under my mother's control. I've liked none of them.
Yes, I did hear that correctly, yes. You believe your mother to be the great dragon goddess?
Not to believe she is my mother.
Ah, I see.
Anyway,
You know, from... Well, no, we're talking about lore now, voice in the sky.
I
We've
don't want my
we've
phone to die
hijacked
again.
your
we're not letting
I
you
don't
wrap
want
up
my
until
phone to die again.
we're not letting you wrap up until we're finished with our lore.
Sure, on you.
Yes, don't you wish to learn more about disparity in the Great Black Sands?
I've been alive for like 10 days. This isn't. I don't have law.
That's fair.
I ran a campaign in disparity. I'm sure I know enough.
Oh, so you know about the great mummy empires? Their
Yes.
constant struggles against the flight of the shadow dragons?
All ringing bells, yeah.
You know of the reign of Lord Rara? Greatest of the mummy lords? Our
Nah,
richest kingdom I conquered until my eye could perceive no more. I even took territory from the Raven Queen. It was quite the campaign.
What little baby
Anyway.
are you talking about?
I don't know. Some ancient history, no doubt.
I don't know, but it sounds incredible.
Does
You
baby
should
need?
write this down. Write a book or something.
Is baby okay?
He's fine. He's squabbling at the back of my mind. Continue on with your wrap-up.
So then Ingrid starts moving towards the warmth.
Yes. Okay. So last thing I remember was I was cackling.
Yeah.
But we can sort of do that as an aside. You folks, right before you head towards this source of warmth, the unlit fire. You have that sort of quick talk and discuss, and then you head towards this fire, and there is no fire in it until you look down and you see what is quite clearly a flue leading down, and you hear pots and pans being clinked and banged against, and if you didn't know better, some sort of poltergeist or spectre energy was coming up that flue, and you hear a
Think we found the witch.
leave it off for today.
Okay.
Hello
So-
down there.
At another point, you don't call down, do you?
No.
No, by all means, you can. We'll just
So,
pick up next
I
time
will
with
decide
combat.
at the start of next time if I call down.
Perfect. That is part 1 of The Haunting of the House on the Hill, a tale from the Altiverse.
When will the next part be?
Whenever I have a midweek day free, and all you 4 are free to play in it.
Sounds good.
So tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm busy tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm technically free tomorrow. I'm free all this week. Friday? I'm not doing anything on Friday night.
You can't take that night. You know that.
No.
No,
Yeah,
I think,
I know.
I think I got this cool scene involving the Eye of.
Oh?
I forgot the fire prince's name.
Imix.
Imix, there you go. Something about the
I
Eye of
mean-
Imix being exploded in the center of a cavern.
I mean,
Potentially all you guys dead.
my character died already, so I think I'm free that night anyway.
Alright, at least free for the first bit until you introduce your new one.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all from us tonight.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed it. If you're not into horror, it's going to get more horror-y and seance-y, and as time goes by, we're laying the framework for the I think this will end up turning into maybe a 3-parter, hopefully.
Okay.
We'll get all 4 of these guys to stick around.
Mhm.
And until next time, tickets are still available for Tabletop Scotland at the Doers Centre in Perth, the last weekend of August. Just go into tabletopscotland.co.uk, and tickets are very reasonably priced from about £3. And there's D&D being run all day, and games of Call of Cthulhu, and board games, and pop-up stores to buy all your fun merch. I got a Cthulhu and Sons Workman's t-shirt, which was very cool. I had that numerous. Yeah, it was great. And it was
Cthulhu and Sons.
like Cthulhu and Sons, and it had classic Cthulhu builder gear with his tentacle face and his dad mustache, and he was building extraplanar portals to other dimensions and stuff. So
Nice.
I highly recommend you come along.
And one conquered
It's gonna
dimension is not enough.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, that's the Doers Centre, 28th and 29th of August this year, tabletopscotland.co.uk. Anyone else have anything to plug?
I'm gonna plug Edinburgh Sci-Fi Con in July. Sponsors Chaz, which is a charity to help sick and disabled kids. Very worthwhile cause. Go buy tickets. Go see people dressed up. Go dress up yourself. Buy things. Donate. See celebrities.
That sounds like a vague insult. Go dress up yourself.
Go dress up yourself.
Would your dad dress your son? Go dress yourself.
That sells Avon.
All right. That's all then.
Cool.
Unless there's anything else.
Anyone else want to plug anything?
Plug.
I think Bob wanted to.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Who's got plug first?
There we go.
My plug's for us in general for this stream.
I was just going to thank the peasants for
Plug.
watching. If you would like to know more about the greatest of the mummy emperors, Lord Rara, well, tune in next time to part 2, because I'm sure I'll ramble whenever I have the opportunity now that the little shit's at the back of my mind.
And
And
my
if you want me to add more people to his team, do that too.
Yes,
plug
join our
was-
team.
my plug is at some point we will be doing a charity live stream for 24 hours once we've established what date we're doing
Mhm.
and what got everything organized for that. But it will be a bit of a D&D session along with other games once we've decided on those as well. But
Mhm.
we're working to build our people up, so everyone here as well, go out there and spread the word of what we're doing and get more people watching Alterra, so we can actually maybe get more than just us donating to the cause that we go for.
Mhm. We will be playing D&D. We will be playing a bit of Jackbox, Cards Against Humanity, just farting around with each other.
And hopefully
Look at you
surviving for
assuming it
24
won't
hours.
be 24 hours of D&D.
Yeah, it's not going to be 24 hours full D&D.
Sure,
I
it
was
won't
promised.
23 hours,
I was
59 minutes.
promised.
Technical difficulties.
I was promised 24 hours of D&D. I'm out.
You think you could handle 24 hours of D&D?
be. Yes.
I know I could handle 24 hours of D&D because Chris and I have played in an all-night session before. I think we started at 2 in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
It wasn't an all-night session. We stopped around like 2 a.m.
No, we
Like 4 a.m.
went from 2 a.m. until 5 a.m.
Look, there was a
Two-
Balor that needed defeating, and everyone was really hyped, and we just lost track of time.
2 p.m. until 5 a.m. So that was 15 hours.
For those interested, they were level 5.
Yeah, and
Ah.
we beat the Balor.
Yeah.
I did
Somehow
very
won.
little.
I had NPC backups on like the sidelines waiting to run in for when they were getting low. Didn't need
And they
them.
didn't. Yeah.
Fair enough. So
They
I'm,
were like-
just standing there being like,
I'm going to put us on to
"What are
the
these people?"
aimed screen.
Mm,
Yeah, it's a giant A.
bye.
So, I don't know why you're waving, James. You can't see you. So, yeah, that's us for today. Catch us next time. We'll be on Wednesday. We'll be on
Yeah.
Friday
Who knows anymore?
at 6 p.m.
Thursday night.
No, that's wrong show there, James.
Damn. I get all confused.
Yep.
We've been going 3 nights this week already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we will be here Friday at 6 p.m. BST, sorry, because we're British summertime now. We will be live on World of Alterra and Wolfie Bane.
Look at that sexy logo.
Yeah, look at that sexy logo. Say bye, everyone.
Bye everyone.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, peasants.
Bye.
Until next time.